Hello, everybody. I had my finger on the unmute button, but then I swapped scenes and it moved. Love that for me. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tales of Agius, episode 10. We're in the double digits now, everybody. It's happening. We made it. Double digits. It's crazy. We're having a time. Um, Sorry if things are a little all over the place today. It's been a week. A lot of things have been going on. But hopefully everything today should run very smoothly, go great. Everyone's gonna have a good time. Lots of fun stuff. Also, before anyone asks, I did say last session we were gonna have a guest. We currently do not have that guest. The reason for that is that we pushed that back by another week, or another session even, so 2 weeks. Just because we all felt as a group that the party kind of needs one more session to kind of decompress from everything that just happened, and kind of take some time to kind of, RP, talk to some NPCs, do some wind down stuff as everything's been kind of intense on this travel. And it also gets them settled in this new location they have arrived at. But our wonderful special guest, Attacker Morgan, will be joining us next session. So don't you worry, that is still happening. We just pushed it back by another week. Morgan, if you're in chat, we love you. We can't wait to have you. It's going to be so much fun. But speaking of last session, what happened last session? Well, the party engaged in a battle with some quite strong bandits, shall we say, that were posing as town guards on the road to Mystral City. The group tried to play things off at first, like they were lost when they were first spotted, but things did not go particularly well with that stunt, so it broke out into an all-out fight. They were joined by two allies that they made that were being held captive by these bandits, which later revealed themselves to be Davari, the drow, who seems to be a paladin of some kind. He claims to be a paladin of Mystra. Very interesting. Sybil kind of recognizing a similar magic, but not the telltale purple-colored eyes of a Weaveborn. But still, similar magic. And then the wonderful Rella, the tiefling monk, who didn't really get much time to jump into a fight, as she spent the whole time basically trying to rip through iron as she was still chained up and was unable to break free until basically the fight was over. The party was able to defeat several members of this troop of bandits. Veldren managing to convince some of them to run, but not before Sybil struck one of them down, landing a killing blow, seeming to have perhaps lost control of their powers for a moment and not meaning to kill a person. It seemed to have affected them quite greatly. On the opposite end of that spectrum, as one of them tried to run, Aridia saw a moment of opportunity and struck them down, striking vengeance against an opponent that had that then proceeded to knock down another member of the party, Astra, falling, but only for a moment, to be saved by Aridia with some healing magic. Bishop also wanting to take down one of the surrendering members, but Veldren stepped in saying, no, we can't do this. We have to let them go. Bishop, there was a very tense moment between Veldren and Bishop where it seemed like Bishop might ignore that order, but eventually he did back down. The bodies were buried, some magic items and some gold was acquired, and yeah, the party sort of had some time to kind of chat and meet these new members of their ever-growing group, which is now at 10 members. Very large group. which is of concern to some members, and perhaps they might have to cut ties with some of them on the road. But who? We will find out. But the group all left together and managed to make their way to the harbor town, the seaside town of Mystral City. And that is where we are going to pick up today. As the party has advanced, as you can see now, to level 5. Some people have taken new spells. Some people have upgraded their character sheets to 2025 rules. We're doing a bit of mix and matching for basically we're taking the parts that we like of 2024/2025, parts that we don't like. I'm being very kind to my players and going, hey, you like this thing? Take it. You like even for spells. If they have spells, if they're staying with the 2014 class, but there's a spell that works slightly better, or they like the wording a little better of a 2025 one, they can take that too. I'm being a very generous DM. It means that I can hurt them more. Anyway, but I'm not gonna do that right now. That would be so mean. Right now, the party has just crossed the threshold into this bustling seaside city, full of travelers, locals, fishermen, all types of people. You see, you definitely see a lot of travelers. You see a lot of ships coming and going of different kinds. Constantly coming and going. You see rows and rows of inns. You see street side markets kind of selling very, very, what you would expect from kind of a very, vacation like place. It's very vacation town. They are aware of the market that they have. And yeah, the streets are just absolutely filled with people. But yeah, you all the 10 of you stand together, kind of just inside the gates, taking everything in, the sea breeze, kind of wafting into your noses as you take that deep breath of fresh sea air, the sea finally marking the end of Gloria, and perhaps an escape beyond, if you can find the ship. So, I hand it over to the rest of you. What would you like to do? Don't all talk at once.
I think we all had the plan to at least not have to RP it or anything, but go to a bathhouse and get cleaned up.
We stinky.
Yes. That is definitely something. You guys have been
Mark
traveling for. Some of you have been traveling for upwards of almost 3 weeks without a bath. You guys are stinky. You guys are stinky.
Somebody is dead and has not had a bath since they rose from the dead.
Yeah, one of you. Yeah, one of you. Like a couple of you haven't had a bath in about 2 weeks. Some of you haven't had a bath in about 3 weeks. One of you hasn't had a bath in 150 years. So someone's a little stinky. The earthy smell is starting to not be so nice.
I smell lovely, thank you.
I might have to get people to make con saves if they smell you. Anyway,
I was talking to me.
I've been told I'm a little quiet. I'm gonna tell myself quiet.
It's like Yasha. I smell like a crayon.
There we go. I should be a little
Astra and
better now.
Bishop can't kiss if Bishop stink.
Fair.
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
So,
Bishop just does not bathe.
So between the group of you, then you're all kind of deciding you want to try and find a bathhouse, then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You start making your way down. You kind of. Would you kind of like ask for directions from people, or kind of just try to sort of just find your own way?
I've been here before.
Yeah, some of you have been here before.
Could I remember? I've spent some time here before.
Mm-hmm.
Could I make like a check to see if I remember where a bathhouse?
Bathhouse? You want that bathhouse? Yeah, sure. Make me a history check at advantage. You spent a great amount of time here.
18.
18. Yeah, you know that like you've followed this path before. You've this is not the first time you've traveled for a long amount of time, gotten here and gone, I stinky, I need bath. So you do know a good kind of local place that doesn't tend to attract a lot of the like travelers and the kind of vacation goers and stuff like that. You know a good spot you're able to find.
Good local place.
Yes, a good local place. You kind of are able to kind of lead the group there. You don't recognize the person kind of behind the stand when you get there, like behind the counter, but they kind of see like the large group and they're like, oh, okay, you'll basically have the place to yourselves because you'll kind of be taking up the whole thing. But sure, great business, I guess. Probably for like the group of you, it'd probably be like 2 gold. Just like for all gold. 10 of you, kind of between. Yeah, you cover it. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll cover it.
Yeah. Then you cover the 2 gold, and yeah, you are all able to have a lovely, wonderful bathe. It is beautifully hot water. It feels absolutely divine. To just wash all the grime off and just wash yourselves. They do also they do offer a service as well. It's not at no extra cost, but they ask if you would like your clothes kind of washed as you were in there as well. They can do that if you would like. Does anyone take that service?
Astra would.
Astra would, yeah, absolutely.
Veldren also would.
Sybil would as well, although her clothes are rags.
Yeah, they will offer still.
Bishop is very much that. No, don't touch them.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they won't. For you, Astra, they kind of take it very delicately, like they're holding something that could be very breakable because it's so fancy, and they're like, do we need to use like any like special ointments or anything with this? Like this is like. We don't want to ruin it. Like, they kind of like seem a little nervous, but then they'll do it anyway. They just seem very just like, yeah. I need to roll something actually real quick. Okay, yeah, yep. They wash it and it's perfectly fine. Everything's all good. As you guys are kind of you're finishing up your baths and stuff. Veldren and Bishop specifically, why your passive your passive perceptions.
Oh, you sure can't be investigation? 14.
15.
15. Okay. In that case, as you guys are kind of getting out and you kind of go your separate ways, and you kind of go to change and stuff again. Bishop, as you're kind of changing, kind of putting your clothes back on, you kind of notice out of the corner of your eye on one of the benches, you see a ring kind of sitting like it's been left. It is kind of a gold band with a sapphire set into the top of it. It's just sitting there, just on the side, like someone might have left it behind. But it's a very nice looking ring.
Oh, can I like drop my boot in the direction and be like, oh, and kind of like swipe the ring?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide this from? Because you would have Veldren, and you would also have
oh yeah.
You would be with the rest of the fellas, shall we say? The fellas.
Trying to be.
So yeah, make me a stealth check then. Against, I guess it would be against Veldren's passive.
Yeah.
Plus 6, 24.
Actively. Yeah, it's above my passive.
It was a what, sorry?
24.
24? Yeah. No one in the room seems to notice. Everyone seems. You kind of like pick your moment as everyone's kind of putting their clothes back on and kind of figuring themselves out, kind of getting their stuff back from the staff as they've cleaned them. And yeah, you just swipe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And just for clarification for my own mind brain, so it's like split off for sexes. And then like it's like open onsen style inside.
Oh yeah, it's like a Roman bathhouse kind of vibes. Yeah. There are private spaces if people want them. But the main sort of area is kind of like an open space. But it is just you guys, so it's people that you know. But if people want their private space, that is available if people want it.
Okay. Then Veldren, you would obviously notice that there are more scales on the lower half of Bishop's body that are not usually seen.
He's a mermaid.
Say that louder, I dare you. Let's say it again. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Anyway,
Did this transformation happen whenever you were born, or like or after you died? What? The scales.
Oh, the scales. Oh, okay. Thought you were talking about something different. No, the scales were after my death,
Very interesting.
and so was the other bit.
okay.
Jesus
Christ. Anyway, moving on from that, yeah, you all get cleaned up. You kind of reconvene with everyone. And yeah, you all feel a lot fresher, a lot better. You feel a lot more relaxed now. Yeah.
Oh, it's because the three ladies would have gone off too. Astra and well, I guess everyone else was in there too. Aridia has a large scar because normally she's like fully in armor. That starts from like right at the base of her collarbone and goes straight down to like the bottom of her ribcage, like something very like large was like jabbed into her at some point. But you see that is a very long, obvious scar from like collarbone to the base of her ribcage that you guys would see. It's all carry on.
No, you don't.
Congratulations.
How are the siblings twins when they're not twins?
It's episode 10 and we've all seen each other naked.
I was gonna say,
Not
Sybil would have gone to one of the private ones.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nothing. Astra.
But
I'm like, Astra probably would have paid the extra gold for her own, let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
No one saw anything. I take it all back.
Very frugal.
I heard nothing then.
Hang on, have we go.
but when oh no, I got pen ink all over me. I don't know what happened. Don't worry.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about it. Sorry, that threw me off. When Sybil is out and dressed, people would see that she's not wearing the bandages anymore because there's no need. But she's kind of trying to hide her arms like under her cloak, like maneuver it. But you can see like peeking out like just these jagged scars along the palm of her hand, up her arms. Not like neat scars, just all the way up her arms on her collarbone, similar to the two on her forehead that are scarring. They're still pretty new.
That's also a note, Sybil. This is something, if you kind of going to your kind of own private space as you're kind of changing and kind of getting ready to leave, there is a mirror, and you kind of catch yourself for a moment and you see something that kind of surprises you. The rune that glows on your forehead normally when you use your magic, you see it. It's not glowing, but it's there. Just seems to be permanently there now.
I think she reaches up to like try to rub it off and sees the same thing with the one on her palm.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the one in your palm is also just there now.
And she just goes along to all the ones that she has and sees them. It's just like... And so when she puts her cloak back on, she just puts the hood up. And puts her head down.
Yeah. Yeah, you all reconvene. Who is anyone going in any particular directions? Or have any plans? What's the vibe here?
Bishop has a plan.
Okay.
Also, Veldren, you would also notice Bishop's scar that is in the exact similar place. It goes down to the belly button, from like middle of the sternum down to the belly button. Just big scar.
Interesting. Yeah.
Just
No
getting
scars on
stabbed left and
Veldren.
right, apparently.
No scars on Veldren. Just very, very not muscular.
Has anyone
Thank
ever
I
you.
have
told you-
compared Veldren's arms to SpongeBob multiple times.
Yeah.
has
No,
anyone ever told
it
you
almost
kind of
looks like
like-
he's. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Has anyone ever told you kind of look like a stick with little branches sticking out?
Yes, actually, that was quite a common thing for some of the more athletically minded people at university to say about me.
Shit, I thought I was being original.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
The funny at this point, don't worry. But he looks almost atrophied. Like it doesn't look like a natural kind of skinny. Just being able to see it from here.
Yep.
As he pulls
Please you
close
so
back on.
much.
Hmm?
I said I'm gonna have to start feeding you extra portions.
That won't work.
No, shh. You're getting
Bishop
Bishop.
and Veldren about to start hitting the gym. Gym
Bishop,
montage.
Bishop, I'm being very honest. It will not work. I mean, look, I'll eat anything you put in front of me, but as long as it's seasoned correctly.
Oh, please. If anyone in this family seasons anything properly, it's me.
I'd love to be the test of that.
I'll be sure to get some supply while we're out and make everyone some dinner.
Yes, I was going to speak with that with everyone. I say as we approach the group.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, hi.
Right. So my plan while we're here in the city, I'm gonna figure out some what kind of boat we're gonna need.
Boat.
Well, I assume we're gonna be traveling, so we're gonna need some ways of transportation and ways of getting there. Unless you plan on just leaving, which you can't yet because I have to cook for you.
Well, we hadn't really talked about traveling further together. I mean, where are you headed?
So, question for the ages. I was about to talk to my sister and Astra and see what we could come up with, but if to be
Look over
perfectly
the-
honest, I do hope both of you would consider traveling with us.
I'll look over Sybil, see kind of Sybil's reaction.
She looks nervous.
Oh, I love her.
Go check boat prices for a few different places. I think Sybil and I still need to have a conversation of where we're even wanting to go. We haven't really thought much about it so far.
I think kind of at this point, Davari will kind of like signal and we'll start signing, basically saying something along the lines of, in terms of keeping you two safe, wherever you go, I will go. Kind of looking to Sybil and Ezra.
Yes, I think conversations need to be had across the board on where we're going. One second. Let me get to my notes so I can remember. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Sel, Rello, where are you two headed? Do you think?
Well, I suppose I You gave her your notes, right?
I gave her notes
You did.
concerning the Banshee's curse.
She'll kind of just she's kind of like idly sort of reading through it still, as she has been kind of the past few weeks. It's like, well, I think the most valuable information I've gained has been these wonderful notes, so thank you very much for that. But outside of that, this place is a bust, and, well, Gloria doesn't exactly like magic, and, well, not exactly my thing. So, anywhere but here, probably back to Ashenvale, I would assume, unless I have any other leads. Perhaps you might have some other leads that I haven't gotten to in your notes yet, Veldren?
No, that's actually why I'm journeying.
Hmm.
Kind of seeking out some information about this. I would love to continue to discuss magical matters, though. Do you have an address that I would be able to send post to in Ashenvale?
Not really. I'm much of a wanderer, you see. Perhaps contact me via magic. That would probably be the best way. Sending, that sort of thing.
Of course. And if you would do the same with me, I would love to have more discussions on magical theory. It's been nice
But of
to be able to
course,
have those kinds
yes.
of conversations.
And if you learn more outside of your notes, I would be curious to know. If you find anything more
would
about
too.
this curse.
I would
All
too if
right.
you could find anything.
It's a deal then. Rella will kind of just be like, honestly, mate, I'm good here. As long as I can find somewhere I can have a good fight, I'll be happy. But I couldn't stay down there. Not after what was going on. I mean, I've been fighting down there for a long time. In the pits. Fucking having a great time. And then this fucking angel girl shows up, starts fucking up the place, shuts the whole operation down.
Angel girl?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, what was her name? She had some fucking
Uh,
name. What would you call herself?
Who? What now?
Yeah, title.
Something. She's some sort of arc something. I don't know. Archangel, maybe? I don't know.
Archangel?
Yeah, Zar something. I don't know.
She showed up in the hills.
Zariel?
Yeah. Zariel, that's the one. Yeah, that bitch. Yeah, she started showing up, sort of acting like she owned the place. It's fucking crazy. Don't know what she was fucking on. Of course, the Hellions tried to stand up to her, but she started killing people left and right, and people started kind of listening to her. And I didn't really vibe with that. Especially as, fighting's kind of my thing. And, I know when I'm beaten, I couldn't exactly take her on 1v1. So I thought, I'll get the fuck out of here.
Wait, so
This ain't for
Zariel
me
is
anymore. So I made my way up here.
she's
Went
in
through the labyrinth
charge.
first, got a little lost, met Davari here. He helped me get through. We both came out, and here we are.
Well, I'm glad you made it safely.
Yeah.
You said she was in charge.
Well, she seemed to be. She seemed to take mom pretty quickly. People seem to listen to her. She's pretty pissed off, I'll be honest. And when someone's angry in the house, people tend to listen to him. She's
That-
fucking angry.
Sounds like mother.
Sorry, what?
Astra's
Mother?
like out of it.
And Bishop's gonna very like
Is it as they saying, angry like a mother?
Yes,
I've never heard that
that's a
before.
saying we have up here in Gloria.
Make me
Different
deception check.
cultural
The DC
differences.
is not very high.
Bishop's just gonna very gently
I
like
got this to be great. So good. I'm so good
Just
at
get
I
lying.
say
Lied
I'm
over
giving the
Astra.
help action to
19!
Aridia.
It's 19!
19. Okay.
My deception
Yeah.
actually is not bad.
It's like, oh, I guess that's a little thing I got to get used to up here then. Weird sayings and all that. Rage like
Yes.
mother. I do like that one though. That's cool. I might use that. Rage like mother. Yeah.
Bishop's just gonna very like gingerly make his way over to Astra and just kind of like gently hold on to her hand, just to give it a little squeeze for support.
Yeah. shut a couple of weeks ago, started fucking shit up, started making deals with demons. Things started getting a little crazy.
Deals.
Yeah.
What?
What kind of deals do you happen to know?
I mean, like, she was pulling people from the front lines of the Blood War to fight for her. She was kind of building armies. This is a whole thing. She just seems to have just jumped right in, like she knows what she's doing. I mean, props to her. She does seem to be quite the soldier, but she is also a bit of a bitch. I'll be honest.
Oh, the best ones,
I guess.
Interesting. Very interesting. So you're just headed anywhere. You said anywhere that Davari is, yes?
Oh no,
Or-
I mean, if he's got his own thing going
Apologies.
on, we travel this far, and I appreciate that, mate. But if fighting's not really your thing, I'm kind of the hit things and talk later kind of person, and that's worked for me. Doesn't really work for everyone, so I'll kind of just do my own thing. Find a fight,
Yes.
crack some heads, that sort of thing.
Of course. I would love to, if we ever are in the same area again, I'd love to learn more about your time in the Hells, though.
Sure, yeah.
A different plane of existence. That is fascinating.
I will say I have only been in Avernus. I've not gone to the other 8 levels. Everyone always talks so much about Avernus, but no one really talks about the other 8 levels. It is called the 9 layers of the Hells for a reason, but no one really talks about the other 8. Don't know why, but I don't really know that much about them.
I think that's
Because no one
because
really
usually
talks
it's one
about
of the first ones people go to.
Yeah, I suppose so. Everyone gets distracted by the Blood War, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. I know exactly what you're saying.
Oh, you know your stuff about the Hells, and you know your stuff about the Blood War.
Can I make an Arcana check?
This would be probably a history or religion check.
Arcana is about the planes.
This is about an event,
History.
not
I'll go
a magical
history.
thing. This is an event, history or religion.
And suddenly Astra will start spitting bars about the Blood War.
I'll go history.
I'll read the
Hot?
book about it.
We love a nerd.
That's
pulls
only
up
a
Hamilton
10.
again.
A
It's only
10,
10,
Veldren,
unfortunately.
you vaguely heard, bits and pieces about the Hells. You do know that there are the 9 layers. You kind of similar to what Rel is saying. You do kind of only know things about Avernus. You don't really know all that much about the other layers.
It was my
You vaguely
specialization.
know some names of them, but you don't really know what they're like. You don't know how they differ, what makes them different, that sort of thing. And then the Blood War, I mean, from what you've gathered
War
from
blood.
it, it's a war, and there's blood, and you know the whole thing with sort of demon. You vaguely know that it's between sort of demons and devils, and that it's kind of an eternal war that's been going on for a long time because
Yeah, I know the
demons
basics.
and devils don't really die; they kind of respawn. It's a bit weird, so it kind of is just a war that goes on forever. It's not great. It's not great. But that's kind of all you know about it.
I don't know the specifics, but I'd love to learn more about it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I always kept away from it because, I mean, I'm all for a fight, but dying and then coming back again, that sounds. I don't really want to do that. Plus, then you got to work for the generals and that, and I don't really like listening to people. I'll be honest. I don't like taking orders. It's not really my thing. But
Then I'd love to learn your
I only
experiences
listen
in
to the
Avernus.
people I care about. So
We'll catch a drink sometime, and you can tell me about your experiences in Avernus. Then.
oh mate, I will drink you under the table, little man.
I am. First of all, I think I'm taller than you. Second of all, you most likely could. Veldren, I think it's 6'4", 6'5".
So short, yeah. She's probably like a little shorter than you with like horns. She's probably like 6 foot, and then like the horns
Oh,
probably
then he wouldn't say.
like
He would
a
probably
little
wouldn't say
bit.
anything like that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't say
She's
anything
tall
about it.
gal. She's also big.
Buff.
She muscly. She just
I'm
like
sure
looks at
that
you and is
could.
like, She just like looks at you and just like, I could probably throw you from here to the sea, mate. Trying to get
Probably, I
down to the
don't
docks
weigh
quicker.
Too much.
Express delivery.
Speaking of where we're going, I wasn't actually going to the docks. I was going to find possibly a place for some of us to stay. I don't know how much room they'll have, but I know a few taverns in the area as well. I've been here a time or two.
Yeah. Ezra will kind of has been kind of like listening very quietly. It's been kind of doing that thing where he's been kind of awkwardly standing near Sybil. Because it's like, Sybil's the person that I know here, and there's a lot of people, and it's very loud. The two overstimulated people are standing together, being overstimulated together.
Sybil's been quiet this whole time too.
Yeah. Ezra will kind of just speak up and be like, that would be a good place to find, a good place to stay, maybe. I don't know how much we'll find of other weavebond here in the city, but I mean, if there's other people in Gloria, then I guess this is a better place as any to look. But if not, I guess my next destination is Phelan. But if you're not ready to go, Sybil, you don't have to come with me. We can go separate ways if we need to.
I can't go to Phelan right now, and I look at Davari like, hey, remember the conversation we had?
He
but,
kind of he nods. He kind of gives like a nod.
But I think Davari would like to go with you if that's all right.
Kind of Davari will kind of sign just to the two of you. If we have to go our separate ways, so be it. But I will protect the boy. I will go with you wherever you need to go.
If you are going to Phelan, and I'll like rifle through my bag and pull out one of my older maps that has like relative safe like towns or like villages marked on it, and I'll give it to them and say, these places would be safe if you get into trouble. Most of them would be willing to help if you needed it. Stay away from this area. And I point to like where I know it starts to get like real wild.
Yeah. You sort of draw a circle around a certain area. Like, don't go there. That's bad.
This is a bad zone. Do not go there.
If Bishop can see
it,
is
full out zone.
Is it like our home area? Okay.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I worried about it. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, Davari will kind of just Davari will just kind of sign thank you to you, and and yeah, they'll kind of just, I think Ezra will kind of look to you, Bishop, and go, well, if you're going and looking for a ship, I guess we'll come down with you and also see what prices are sounding like for Phelan.
Sounds like a great idea. It would be smarter for if people didn't go by themselves.
I agree.
Except for you know the area. I think
doesn't do that.
Aridia does.
It gestures to Veldren. I think. You've never been here before, have you?
Who are you saying that to?
Aridia.
This is where I came in and out. Yes, B.
Yeah, a lot of you. So those of you that have traveled, those of you that have traveled across like nations, this is like the main like port city. So like, yeah, those of you that have traveled a lot would have gone through here.
Yes, I have.
It's just different than 150 years ago.
Yeah, so Veldren, Aridia, Astra, Bishop, you guys would have all been through this city before.
I would just like to say, we'll be able to get away with it often enough in the wilds and in the smaller cities, smaller towns. There'll be a bit heavier god presence here. So if you do not possess the adequate magical licenses or the means to hide them, you might want to try to keep it a bit secret.
Oh.
I do not mean to tell you this to restrict you. I would just hate for any of you to be questioned, arrested. It can be a bit strict here. Not as bad as the capital, but there's a heavy presence, god presence here.
Good to know. I won't do any magic at all. As it's just like, I can control my powers. I'm not gonna do magic. Magic bad for me.
No magic.
No magic.
Well, I am perfectly licensed, so.
I mean, you guys keep talking about these magic licenses.
Yes, it is this, and I pull out my magic license.
Yeah, it's literally like it is a license with Aridia's name on it and like information. Just like it's basically like a driver's license, but for magic.
I'm just gonna look at it deeply. Oh wait, no, I do have one of those. I'm just gonna reach inside the armor, pull out a card that he's made with prestidigitation to look like a magic license.
I don't think that's how prestidigitation works.
That they can see
You can make
that.
I can actually make a non-magical trinket that can fit in your hand that lasts 6
Yeah,
seconds.
it can do that.
Bishop,
I figured I can do that. Never mind.
6 seconds.
But
Yeah,
Bishop,
no.
I will say that is you immediately casting magic. I'll have you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I have one.
Just be careful, Bishop.
Bishop,
They'll take
Yep,
forgery even harder, especially magical forgeries.
Well, at least I have an excuse.
All right, so Astra, where were you thinking of heading off? You to Aridia?
Not back home. Or to the house, I guess.
Name, bestie.
Understandable.
Also, maybe not Ashenvale too soon.
I would also agree. Can we please now go to Ashenvale?
Of course. What happened to you in Ashenvale?
I died.
Yeah,
Got that for you.
I got dumped.
Did you? Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was a couple
Relation-
years ago. Don't worry about it.
Still, relationships ending can be hard. I understand.
It's rough, buddy.
What's worse, dying or getting dumped, guys?
I don't know.
Oh,
Tough call. Tough call.
This is a tough one.
Weirdly enough, on the day we met,
Did Astra ever mention wanting to go to like dress shopping?
Not yet, no.
No,
Not yet.
it's not been
But
mentioned.
but now I think Astra will she's kind of out of it. She notices that Sybil is kind of out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be like, Sybil, I think we need girl time. I think we need girl time. You too, Aridia.
it's very audible coming from Bishop.
Aridia's just like, girl time, what?
I do not. What do you mean? Okay.
No, just come with. You can be our protection. Because we can't cast anything.
That is true. Okay.
If you're looking for the markets and shops, there are a number in this region. He'll kind of gesture to probably a map he has of the city.
Supplies. Good idea, Veldren.
Supplies.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
need
number
a
of
new
different
dress.
fashion. Yes, there are a number of different fashion outlets. This is It's a port city, so it has fashion from all of the different countries.
A new dress?
You'll probably be able to find something.
Or
I mean,
pants.
yes, but I also think Sybil could try something on.
Sybil needs new clothes.
And Aridia, I need to see you in a dress.
Again.
I mean, you wherever what you're comfortable with, but you're coming with us.
I mean, I guess I could try one on.
May I make a request, Moshe? This is kind of like gestures to like the sleevelessness. Maybe like an overshirt. And here, I'll put 10 gold in her hand. I'm not gonna make you pay for my own clothes. Eventually, you're gonna start keeping the money I give you.
I just still find it hard to understand the value of it.
Oh no.
Oh,
I think that's how we're all feeling, Veldren.
But
my dear, that's how we pay for things.
I know, but when I left, I
Mm-hmm.
say it.
No, please, rub it in my face. Be
I
mean to
left
me, I
with-
dare you.
with 10 platinum. And I don't know the value conversions.
Okay, so it's gonna take back the 10 gold. Okay, so you see the yellow ones.
Aridia and Sybil will be with her.
Okay.
Aridia, I'm gonna give these to you. They are to pay for the shirt that Astra picks out for me.
Okay.
As you guys are having this conversation,
Mhm.
Astra, you hear the sound of little feet kind of on the cobbles, kind of walking kind of quickly walking over to you. You kind of turn and you see this young girl kind of just looking up at you, just eyes wide, just like it's like the anime eyes, just like just looks at you. She cannot be older than like 10. She is just like she's probably like, yeah, like you reckon probably like 7 or 8. She's like very young, and she just looks up at you just like with this just look of awe, and just goes, "Are you the fallen star?"
No,
Make me a deception check.
Please be a 1.
Please.
If you
6.
will.
A 6. Congratulations, you just lied to a child. And she's just
Not
like,
so different
she's
than my
like,
real job.
Damn. Okay. This child just like looks at you, kind of seems to clock the line, kind of like cocks her head, seems confused. And it's just like, oh, I get it. You're here like secretly, and you don't want me to tell anybody. It's okay. I can keep a secret.
Insight check.
You want to insight check
On
this
the
child?
child?
Yes!
On the child?
First you lied to
Insight
them,
check
and
the
now you're trying to
child.
vibe check them?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I
Insight
will
check.
also insight check them.
13.
Sure. 13.
The child!
Natural 1 for
Natural
a
1.
5.
Astra, this small child just
Impossible
seems
to
to be
roll well
so
against
in
child.
awe of you, and it's like
It would
whatever
never
you
lie.
say. Yeah, she's like completely just like, yeah, no, of course, I No, I won't tell anybody. Bishop, it's just lying out of her ass. And you kind of just like very quickly, this kind of older, kind of human woman kind of comes over and kind of like takes her arm and kind of like pulls her a couple of steps back to you because she's doing that child thing where she's very in your space, does not know personal space. So she'll like move her back a little bit, and she'll be like, "Darling, give Lady Astra a little bit of space," and she'll kind of just give you a smile. She's like, "My lady, it's so lovely to see you here. Well, welcome to the city. I had no idea you were coming."
Uh, yeah, just passing through.
Oh, well, of course we'll leave you to whatever business you have, but it was such an honor to finally meet you. Is your mother here with you, or is this
No,
No.
she's really busy with her duties.
Oh, of course, yes, of course. Well, of course, we will not keep you from your business. And she'll kind of like look down at the child who's still like staring at you in awe, and just they kind of just like leads her away. It's like, "It was lovely to meet you, Astra." It's very loudly. You see multiple heads turn. Multiple people
He puts
kind of
her
like
hood up.
look. Yeah, you like as you're kind of like you hear that, you do see multiple people turn. Some people look confused. You do see some wide eyes. You do see some pointing. Several people seem to recognize you. Welcome to the big city, bestie.
I think I will kind of step up and kind of like loud enough for the people around us to hear. My lady, we must be moving on to get our accommodations, yes? Privately.
Yes.
I would just like look at you and like kind of like half whispering, but like not be like, "Are you like famous or something?"
In a way.
That's fucking cool. Hell yeah.
No, it's not.
More than in a way. More than in a way.
Bishop's gonna stand behind Astra now and try and be like
Yeah,
tall and intimidating.
sure. Do you just Mr. Fantastic that shit?
Security.
Just
No,
You
I
guys
just,
never
like-
know. Astra could get away with doing magic in the city, is what I'm hearing.
You probably could.
do you want to test that? You want to test that,
No.
bestie?
No.
Okay. Maybe. Who knows?
I think I will. I think
just to be extra intimidating. Fucking hell!
Don't.
It's for Astra.
Don't
It's
do
for
it.
Astra.
Do not pop that right here, right now.
Oh,
Don't
you
do
do.
Do
Okay.
not.
Do
Just
you
pull them.
Bishop.
do you actually do
Bishop!
that, Tom? I need to
I'm
know.
gonna
Do you
strangle
actually
you!
do that?
I go to
Bishop.
like reach to start doing it.
Do I see Bishop doing this?
Yeah, you see
Probably,
it.
yeah.
You're like,
You're getting mean
I
mugged by
would just
everyone.
quietly say. I would just quietly say, Bishop, that may not have the effect you wanted to have
hey,
here.
keep them.
Remember how they reacted in. Remember how they acted in.
Make them.
Town.
Keep them looking at me instead of her.
Stop it.
It's fine if they see her. They expect to see her. She's a public
But
figure.
they're making her uncomfortable.
If you thought Ambercrest was
Bishop.
bad,
No.
it's just here is not a good place to do it. Trust me. I know it's frustrating. Frustrating to have people be looking at you and looking at someone you care about. But they're not going to harm her.
I know.
The sentiment around the Fallen Star is a very popular one.
I just don't like that they make her uncomfortable.
I know. That's why we should move. I'll say trying to move our group.
Yeah.
Where
you
are
guys
we
can
The
just-
only
going?
thing we can do is not stay in one place.
Yeah.
So, let's. We plan on splitting off. From what I can tell, let's agree to meet back. Here, I'll say, pointing to an area nearby.
Mhm.
In about 3 hours or so. Should give everyone
Veldren,
enough
you
time
know
to
that there's
do
like a
it.
town square that you could meet in. That's very easy to
Mhm.
spot. You could do
We
that.
could meet in the town square in about 3 hours or so. It's quite central. Give us all enough time to go do the things we were hoping to do.
That could work.
Sybil just kind of looks
Easier.
at Veldren a little, a little desperately, like, and
Yes,
she's
Sybil.
is there a place we can meet before that?
Of course, yes. Here, meet me here, and I'll point to a shop on the map I have.
Mhm.
It looks like a place. It looks like the store is called Tears of Delight, and it is Tiers. Tears.
Okay.
It's a bakery that I know of. Meet me there.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. All right, then. It sounds like people are splitting off. So, Veldren, you are going by yourself, it sounds like, to find
Yeah.
accommodation somewhere.
I had a couple places I was going to go to. I was going to
Mhm.
go to Tears of Delight, but that'll probably be my last stop.
Okay.
I was going to also go to the post office. I have a place to like send a letter.
Okay. Yeah. And then so Sybil, Aridia, and Astra are gonna go shopping. And
Yes,
Bishop,
shopping.
you are gonna go down to the docks to ask about ships.
Correct.
Okay. I will say, just for divvying up NPCs going in different places, keeping with the people shouldn't go on their own thing, I think that Ezra, Davari, and actually no, sorry, Ezra and Davari will go with Bishop. Rella will go with you, Veldren, and Sel will also go with you.
Right.
So you have Sel and Rella, and Bishop, you have Ezra.
What a group!
Yeah, what a team! What a squad! And I think Zydus has also been very quiet this whole time, and I think upon kind of entering the town, he would have also kind of like, even before you had entered, probably would have looked to you all and gone, I'm assuming Githyanki are not commonplace in this Gloria.
Not quite, but
In that case,
but Mistral would be the place to find anyone of anywhere.
I see. Well, perhaps I will try to keep a low profile then, but as to not confuse or concern people if they are not expecting to see a being from another plane.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Bree. Did Zydus go with us to the bathhouse?
Yes, he would have done.
How hot was he?
Tell me.
Pretty hot. Pretty hot. He's very.
Pretty hot?
He's. Look, all I'm saying, Veldren has got the lanky. Bishop has got the muscular.
Harry?
He's got both.
Bishop does not have muscle.
Fine, he has the Aridia
I'm
muscle. Then
muscle
what do you want?
No, just had to ask.
He's
Just had to ask
hot.
for the fans.
Sorry,
Yeah.
he's hot.
Just had to ask for the fans.
Fuck
Mhm.
yeah.
He's a hot lanky boy.
Bishop's got the sprinkles. He's
Perfect.
fine.
But yeah, I think Zydus would probably go with you for accommodation as well, Veldren. So you have about you have like 4 people with you. So you're a group of 5. Bishop and Bishop, Ezra, and Tavari would go down to the docks, and then the girls will go shopping. So I think we will start
Shopping.
with Bishop.
Oh,
Yeah, gonna start with you, bestie. So you start making your way through town, and you are able to kind of quietly make your way down to the docks. It's pretty easy to find. But yeah, you make your way down there, and you are able to kind of ask around, and you do find a sort of quartermaster that kind of does the ins and outs of ships and stuff like that. It's kind of like this kind of large kind of ship building where they seem to kind of arrange travel and stuff like that. And yeah, you're able to make your inside. There's kind of a human man kind of taking lists, and he's got a large sort of ledger, kind of like writing things down and stuff. He's like, hello, sirs. Is there something I can do for you? Where were you hoping to find travel to today?
Bonsoir, mon ami. I was actually curious to maybe get some pricing on a few places just to.
Yes, of course. Is it just the three of you traveling, or?
I believe we're gonna be traveling separate. Not
I see. On an individual basis, then, yes. Is this your entire group, or you are presenting a wider group or
Oh, no,
groups, I suppose?
Yes, I am. How do you say? Representing my larger group.
Of course, yes, absolutely. All right, I will give you prices per person then. Where were you looking at traveling to?
But I was hoping to get some prices on a few places. I know. Do
you want the list? Do you want the list, Tom? Do you want the list? Are you trying to remember the different names of the places?
I remember the name.
Yep.
How much is it for hydronium?
Hydronium. Well, currently hydronium is definitely a very popular location. Looking at about 300 gold per person for travel on that. It is quite a distance. It's about 3 weeks worth of travel, and everything is covered in that time. So,
Understand. And then draconium.
Draconium, yes, that is more that is on the lower price range, but again is quite a popular destination. The travel time is about 4 weeks, so it takes a while to get there. It's sort of the other side of Aegis, but we are doing lots of travel there back and forth. That is roughly 200 gold per person.
Okay, and this may seem a bit out there, but do you travel around the Aurora Isles?
The Aurora Isles. And he kind of makes a little bit of a concerned face. It's like, well, it is certainly our cheapest destination at around 100 gold per person. It's roughly about 3 weeks travel. It is in the same direction as Draconium, so perhaps if you are looking to go to Draconium, if you could find someone willing to take you from there. Do you know much about the Aurora Isles, sir?
Not really. I just like the name.
It's well, he kind of like looks around, kind of like not really sure how he can say this. He's like, it can be a dangerous place to those who perhaps don't know too much about the place. I definitely would advise doing some research before you make it a holiday destination. It is, but we do travel to there. Yes, about 100 gold per person. It is a long distance still, but we do travel there. Yes.
Okay. Well, that is all. I appreciate the time you've taken and the information you've given me. And
Of course.
I don't mean to come in, take up your time, and then leave.
No, it is my job. I am here all day, every day. Trust me, this is my job. Is there anything you would like to book, put deposit down for, or anything? We'd like to book a place. The tickets are going quickly.
Understand, but I think it would be better for me to talk it over with my conspicuous.
Of course. So you were looking at Draconium or the Aurora Isles, yes, and potentially Hydronium as well.
I think we're gonna stick to the Draconium.
Oh, right. Well, I will let you know.
If it makes the crew a little more at ease.
Of course, yes. I will say, just to let you know if it does make a difference, perhaps on your destination, the wait time on a ship for Draconium is currently 2 months.
I see.
Yes.
Alrighty. I will
Like I said,
be.
tickets are selling out very quickly, so make your decision quickly.
All right. Well, I will. Hopefully, we can come to a decision by the end of the day.
Of course. I look forward to your business, sir.
Thank you very much. And I will step to the side and usher for Ezra.
Kind of just, he looks very pale in the face as after hearing everything that was just said.
Bishop gives that look just like,
We can't. 2 months? That's. I mean, making that amount of gold in that time would work, but I feel like we shouldn't hang around that long. That's a long time.
that is a long time.
What are we gonna do?
I'll turn back to the quartermaster. Just out of curiosity, is there any way to get out of Gloria anytime faster than the 2 months?
Well, I mean, other locations have shorter times. The Aurora Isles, if that was the other one you were looking at, is about 3 weeks. So it's it's a little shorter time. Hydronium is also about 3 weeks. It is the summer. It is a popular time for travel, so you can understand. But yes, if you were hoping to leave sooner than that, well, you might be able to charter a ship, or I don't know if you're in the business of running a ship, but you could convince someone to let you on, I guess, privately, or if you were willing to purchase and run your own, that would certainly be a quicker way, but not everyone is in the business of that sort of thing. That would certainly be more expensive, and a lot more upkeep.
That is fair. That is fair. Give us a moment. We're gonna mull it over and talk to our companions, and we should get back to you by the end of the day. And I'll
All right.
like
Look forward to
go
your
to leave
business.
and just like kind of like put a hand on Ezra's back to like follow
Mhm.
me as I go to leave.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't think travel would have such a long waiting list. I mean, I suppose that makes sense if, like you said, it is the summertime and there's a lot of people coming and going. Oh no.
Right, there are a lot of people coming and going. I got an idea.
Oh, I don't like
and-
that. I don't like when you get ideas that usually ends up with someone getting hurt.
That's a smart feeling to have, but not this time.
Oh, okay. Huh, there's a visible sigh of relief. You do see Davari kind of is watching this conversation and doesn't sign anything, but will kind of just like, you can tell just from looking at his eyes, he's like, oh god, oh.
And
just that look of like, I'm sorry, people usually get hurt? What?
are there any like merchant ship looking vessels
Merchant
around?
ships?
Yeah.
There are, make me an investigation check.
Ooh, how am I at the? I'm pretty decent at those. Let's go. Ooh, that's a 19.
A 19. You do find there are some kind of merchant ships around. There are a lot of people. You see there are some ships kind of further down the docks that are kind of being loaded up with supplies and things like that. But yeah.
Can I find like anyone who looks like they're in charge?
Yeah, you were able to find you do see a kind of well-dressed merchant. He kind of has a bit of a pot belly. Is kind of like pointing people to different things. He seems to be loading different spices and such onto his ship. You kind of approach him.
Excuse me, good sir.
Oh yes, hello. You don't work for me, do you? No, you don't. Sorry, who are you?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Bishop Jacum.
Right.
I was wondering if you were, and this is going to sound very suspicious. I can guarantee you there is a
Right.
reason. By any chance, you making a shipment over to Draconum? By any chance?
Oh
Or
no,
no,
actually,
that is making their way.
we were actually heading in the direction of the Aurora Isles. Actually, I have a good business contact there. That's not Draconum does. I do business with Draconum sometimes, but mostly in the Isles. You see.
Interesting. Hmm. Just out of curiosity, just because I hear the Aurora Isles can be a bit dicey.
Yes, it can be.
It can be. I tend to travel with a quite capable group, and we've been looking to make our way across the water and make a bit of a voyage. Unfortunately, travel wait time is God's awful.
Yes.
We would be, I believe, we would be willing to assist with security during your voyage for maybe just some passage.
Make me a persuasion check.
Hmm. Should have used the bishop die. That fuck.
Motherfucker. Hitting with that natural 20. Is that what
Or
you're
a
about to hit me with, Tom? You
or a
motherfucker.
25.
Oh, incredible. Okay. With a 25, he kind of looks to you. And how many of your people did you say there were?
Uh, at the most, there'd be about 7.
7.
Yes, and all quite capable fighters.
Oh, well. Kind of takes a moment to kind of think. It's like, how much do you know about the Aurora Isles and how they operate?
I know that they are not the safest, but other than that, I'm not too familiar.
Well, all I will say is this. My business is extremely confidential. And I wouldn't want any details of my shipments or where they are going reaching the wrong people. So if your people were to come with us, they would do security. They would not ask questions. They would not speak to anyone. It wouldn't be the most pleasant of voyages, but for a fee, I'm sure we can take 7 people as cargo.
I mean, what's she, man?
I will consider your offer. We are leaving in the next couple of days.
Is most appreciated. Again, my name is Bishop Jacum. And
Mm.
just ask around for the scary one in the mask, and I'm sure anybody in this city could point me out.
All right. And he will go back to directing his shipment.
I will turn back Ezra and gang and just usher them along. Well, at least we can get out of here in a few days, and raw eyes might sound a little sketchy, but might be easier to get passage and voyage to wherever we need to go from there. Because these prices are...
So Davari kind of like steps in front of you and will kind of just like motions with his hands and will start signing to you. He gives me extremely bad vibes. Do not trust. I don't know if we would be safe.
Trust me, I don't trust anyone I haven't met for more than a day.
So you're not willing to risk the safety of your friends on that ship? Once you're out to sea, it's anyone's game.
Yes.
Anything could happen.
Luckily, we're all a pretty closely knit group and can stick together. Luckily, I don't sleep, so I can keep an eye out for anything that happens in the night. And then during the day, I have quite the confidence that they're able to handle things in case anything gets grim, or reach out to one of us in case they need help.
Mm.
And if all else fails, we can just kill them and take the ship.
He makes a face and will start aggressively signing at you. Do you always turn to violence at the smallest inconvenience? Also,
if
7 people cannot run a ship of
if
that
they
size.
if they attack us first,
He repeats the same sign. 7 people cannot run a ship of that size.
That one.
This is
That
a
one is-
horrible plan.
That's why I'm just getting information. And besides, this was only the first information bit. I'm sure there are other vessels that are traveling. Hopefully, we can find one heading to Draconum. God, that
We
guy
should definitely look at other options.
Yes.
This gives me very bad vibes.
Mm-hmm. Especially with... I'm not even going to say it close by because who knows if people are listening. Yeah, let's go find some other ship.
Okay, you gonna look for some other ships?
Yeah. That
Okay.
guy's sketch. Especially with us traveling with a celebrity. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. I guess. Make me another investigation check then.
Yeah.
If you're trying to look for other ships.
Investigation 21.
21. Yeah, you look around and again it's kind of similar situations where a lot of people aren't really willing to take people on. This does seem to be quite a common you find pretty quickly this is a pretty common thing people seem to try and do to get around the fees, and there are a lot of people that are just like, no thank you. Really suspicious man in the mask. I'm here to do my job and we don't have space for a lot of people.
Bishop is also willing to give coin. If that does help.
Yeah. Yeah. How much coin do you offer and how much do you have?
I have 60. I have 54, and I'm willing to market that as a deposit.
Okay. With that, there'd be a lot of people that kind of turn their nose up at that and are kind of like, respectfully, that's not enough. And if you had enough, you would be getting a ship. Like you find out very quickly that the kind of fees people would want you to pay for not very good conditions would be probably about double the price you would be paying for a quartermaster ship, and that they're varying on locations, varying on times. But yeah, it's pretty it's you don't have much success, unfortunately. That is probably the best option you've been given thus far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's head to the Times Square to meet up with everybody. We can figure out a plan with more brains. Because
Okay.
not
Yeah.
much up here.
Yeah. Yeah, three of you kind of with a makeshift plan, slightly defeated, make your way back into the city. Veldren, we will come to you now.
hello, love.
Hello. You are looking for an inn, correct? You have
Yeah, I'm looking for just like a couple
Rella
options
and
of inns and
Cell with you, I believe.
yes, Rella and Cell.
What a fucking group. What a fucking group. Oh, and Zydus too. What a group.
I think Veldren is just as they walk, eagerly asking each of them different things about like where they're from. Just like, oh, so what is like the governmental structure like in Ashenvale? Just like little bits and pieces like that, just to make conversation.
Well, is somewhat of a monarchy, mostly. Most answer to the Undying King. But
And is he truly undying,
oh yes.
or is it a thing of like reincarnation?
No, that man cannot die. Many have tried, many have failed.
Interesting. I wonder where he develops connection then.
What was
Because
that,
I would
sir?
assume. I wonder where he has developed his connection then, because I would assume you would need more than just a physiological thing.
Oh, you
to
don't know
not
the
die.
story.
I can't say I do. I haven't studied much of the history of why am I forgetting the name of it? Ashenvale.
Ashenvale. Well, the Undying King, our wonderful, dreadful lord, is still a human man, but has outlived many elves. It's very strange, but the rumor behind it was that during his glory days, he realized he was getting older and was unable to finish his battles, and so he prayed to the gods for a wish to make his life eternal. And so he is undying.
Pray to the gods for a wish.
Well, some say gods, some say other entities.
Of course.
Not the only people that can grant wishes, of course.
It's just interesting.
Especially in Ashenvale.
Yes. Things like that aren't normally freely given, so it's just interesting to theorize and think about.
Well, yes, well, you know.
And all magic has some kind of loophole. That's the entire thing of magic.
Well, he hasn't found it yet. No one has.
I'd love to speak with him one day, just to see.
She scoffs at that. You speak to the Undying King.
Yes, I know. Quite the jest.
Oh, Belgian, you are so funny, you know.
I
would
know,
keep
I
you
know.
around.
Yes, trust me, I know. I don't have quite the chance of speaking to nobility in many of the cases. I'm just a simple scholar.
Yes, a simple scholar. Well, simple scholars can do many great things. Don't put yourself down like that.
Oh, I'm aware.
Maybe you'll
Just
gain an
haven't done
audience
it
with
yet.
him one day.
That
you
would be
Visit
something.
such a place.
I've thought about it concerning the subject of my research.
Yes, well, if you are looking for curses and horrible necromancy, then Ashenvale certainly seems to be the place for it.
I think at some point I'd like to explore other options, see what other contacts I can make.
Yes.
What about you, Zytus? What do you know about curses? Just as
What do
we're
I know about
walking
curses? Yeah. He basically will say he knows about like he does know quite a bit about curses, but like nothing to do with this like banshee curse. And the thing is, as well, as a lot of the stuff he says back to you doesn't really line up with what you know, and you think, your knowledge and how things work in different planes are different.
What does he say? Veldren will eat that shit up.
I don't have specifics, but
Okay,
he will
okay.
like tell you specific stuff about like curses and stuff like that, and how they work differently, and just all sorts of like
Veldren is
magic is very different out in the
captivated.
Astral City. Put it that way.
No, yeah, Veldren is captivated to hear about it.
Mhm.
And is like very obviously like fully paying attention to whatever Zyda says
Yeah.
about
The thing that will
curses, magic,
definitely that he would mention quite commonly about kind of magic in the Astral Sea is he mentions something called a starship, and when you kind of ask more about that, it kind of he'll just like, oh, it's like the ships you have here, but it can fly, and it is powered by a shooting star.
powered by a shooting star.
They are said to contain a wish, and that's the magic that powers it.
They're powered by wishes.
Not
Fascinating.
by the wish itself, but the
in the power of
the magic of a wish contained, basically, like that level of power, almost like the best way I can explain it, trying to think about it, it's like if you put like a wish into a spell storing ring and then went, that's an engine now. That's effectively how he explains it, that they work. Yeah,
Fascinating.
very advanced stuff, well beyond Aegis technology.
And how do these things like take the? And he'll probably start asking questions that
Zydus is not an
does
engineer.
Not
he does not fully
Zydus
know.
just does not know. It's like how do you store the magic? Like just like a bunch of stuff like that until we get to like the end district.
Corella's like covering her ears, like, I'm in pain. All these big words are hurting my brain. Yeah. What kind of inn would you be looking for, Veldren?
I know it's a very. I'd probably be wanting to stay away from inns on the main road, as those are always going to be taken up by tourists and are always going to be fully booked. I am probably looking for things in quieter parts of the city, of probably a little bit more in the city itself.
Would you be looking for something on the more expensive side, something that would be a bit more private, or perhaps like a tavern-esque vibe that would be a little cheaper?
I would probably look for a couple options of both. Like probably try to get like one of both, just to talk with the group about to see like what they prefer. Because I know Veldren is probably wanting for more like the more frugal, like less expensive, but still kind of homey vibes. But he does know that we are traveling with Astra, who is probably used to a bit more finer things and wants to have an option available for Astra there if she wants to have that,
Yeah. Okay. I will say then, if you're looking for both, you find two. You find probably the more expensive one first, as you kind of get off because you're kind of closer to the main road. You find an establishment called the Sleeping Goddess. It is a very, very posh, swanky place. Because you kind of like enter into the lobby. It's very kind of hushed tones. There is a chromatic dragonborn woman kind of behind the desk with kind of sort of reading glasses, on the edge of her nose. And you can kind of ask about that. That would probably be about 10 gold a night. It's pricey. Or up to 10 gold a night. It's probably between about 5 to 10 gold a night, depending on what you're after, in terms of rooms and spaces and such like that. And then the cheaper option you find is a little kind of further out of the way, more of a kind of local place that people seem to know. You find a sort of tavern building. It's around sort of like midday-ish right now, kind of like leaning into afternoon. As you find this place, but it is already like there are a lot of people inside. It's very busy. It's very bustling. You find a place called the Tall Tankard. And it seems like a little rough around the edges, but it seems that it'll get the job done. They have rooms and stuff like that. You could probably, for a night, you could probably get everyone here for like 1 to 2 gold. If you were trying to house like everyone.
Oh, so like including NPCs we're traveling with, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And was the 5 to 10 gold a night for everyone, or was it like per person?
That was per person. Well, that
Got
was
it.
per person, probably more per room, and depending on the types of rooms you got,
room.
you could probably get everyone for 10 gold
Yeah.
a night.
Yeah.
But that would be several people doubling up, several people kind of having family
Yeah.
rooms, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Veldren's just kind of like quill in hand, kind of writing down like all the numbers and all that kind of stuff as he like mutters to himself like, okay, if we did this and this is obviously cheaper but more busy, so all right, I'll talk with the group. We'll have to talk with the group to see what everyone prefers. Do any of you have any preferences? And we don't all have to stay together, of course. Just like
That
a few options.
Dragonborn lady was looking at me like I was dirt, and I showered this morning. So
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know what her
she's
fucking
quite
problem
doing that
was.
to me. It's quite doing that to me as well. I think it's the clothes we wear. You know, ours are a bit more
Oh, one of those posh
inconspicuous.
fuckers looking
Yes,
down on
very
us.
much so.
Fucking hate that. I don't want to go there. Fuck that. This place seems a lot more cool and homely.
One
Kind of
vote for
pointing
the
to
tall
the tall thing.
tankard, then.
Tall tankard sounds good to me. I mean, if you want to go to the fancy place, you do you, but I'm gonna stay here. Sel will kind of looks like, as much as that place seemed quite lovely, well, it is a bit on the expensive side, and I'm not exactly strapped for cash. So it seems like this place will have to do. Unless you're
finally
willing to
found a
pay.
weakness. I'm not.
Darling, I
made of
don't need
money.
money to get what I want. I find other ways. Don't underestimate a woman like me, Veldren. That'll be the last mistake you make.
So I can promise you, I've not underestimated you in the slightest.
Good. That's good to know.
And Zaitis, do you have a preference?
Truly, both establishments seem quite interesting in their individual ways. I have never experienced either. I have never experienced the luxuries of such a place, but this tavern seems like a lively environment, and it is. I've never met such locals. It would be very interesting to spend some time there. Either or, I think, would give a very rich experience. Either way,
Of course, yes. Well, very well
you got
noted.
one for one for the other, but only if you're paying. And
in
the middle of the road.
paying for Sal.
Sel can share a room with me.
no,
I mean, if Cell can jump out of the story and into my room,
Jesus Christ.
Well, it seems we found
Horny jail.
accommodation. It seems we found accommodation and everything. I have a few other errands to run before I meet back. It seems we have a bit of time before we need to meet back at the square. I'm perfectly fine going off on my own if none of you want to come watch me write a letter. I just have to write a letter
That
back
does
home.
That does sound quite boring, yes. Well, you said we were staying here, so I might wait here.
Of
I
course.
suppose. Rella, would you like to join me? Honestly, this seems like the kind of place I could get into a fight and not get in trouble. So I'm down. I'll stay here.
Would I know? Are there like underground fighting rings in Mistral?
Absolutely, there are. 100%
I would-
there are, and
I
you
would,
would
like,
absolutely know of them.
I would
100%.
kind of lower my voice, like, well, Rella, if you want to get into fight and possibly make some money doing it, I know of a few places that you might like the vibes of.
The eyes dilate. Where and when? Where and when? She, like,
Usually
smiles.
closer towards nightfall, but these places, and I'll kind of like tell her where to go.
Yeah. She'll,
Just
like, crack
be
her
safe. Some
knuckles
of them
and be
are a
like,
bit more
"Oh,
dangerous than others.
yes. Yeah, dangerous, whatever. You forget I fight in the gladiator pits of the hells? I don't think anyone's got anything on me up here.
You know what they say about underestimating people.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't.
Yes. Very well. I'm going to go off and write my letter, and then go meet Sybil.
All right, we'll be here.
Of course.
And the two of them will just, they'll just make their way inside, and Zydus will kind of like look and go, I'm assuming you'd like some privacy.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine if you want to come watch me write a letter, but I do think
we
Sybil
did
wants to
say
speak
that we
to me
shouldn't
alone.
go anywhere alone, so
Of course, come with me.
all right, and we'll come with you then, and he will follow with you. Yeah, heading to the post office. Yeah.
Yes, so I can write a letter.
Okay. Do you have anything? What letter are you writing? Where are you sending it?
One of them I am sending. Both are going to the same address. They are just
Okay. To different people.
They're to different people. One of them is
Okay.
going to be to one of them is going to be to Silas.
Okay.
And I should also say on both of these letters, I'm casting a new spell on them.
Okay. Interesting. What spell are you casting?
I'm ritual casting illusory script
Ooh. Okay.
on the both of them.
Very fun. Okay. Remind me what that does.
Illusory script reads as follows. You write on parchment paper or another suitable material and view it with an illusion that lasts for the duration. The duration is 10 days.
Amazing.
To you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell. So the people that I'm designated when I cast the spell are... it is going to be... Let me pull up my notes real quick. So I can name drop. Where is Veldren? Where are Veldren's notes?
You looking for your law doc? Because I have it. If you
I've
don't
got
want me
my
to send
lore
it to-
doc here. I've got it here.
Okay.
The people I am designated are Easterlil, Silas, Zara, and Omizo.
Okay.
So
So
for both
only they can read it.
Only they are the ones that are able to read it. The writing appears normal to them. Seems to be written in your hand and conveys whatever meaning you intend when you wrote the text. To all others, the writing appears as if it were written in an unknown or magical script that is unintelligible. Alternatively, the illusion can alter the meaning, handwriting, and language of your text, though the language must be one of that you know. So the illusion is just going to be basically like the illusion is going to essentially say like, I'm having such a great time seeing the countryside. Here are like just like the little like bits of random pieces I've seen. Like I'm traveling and writing back to friends and family, you know?
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
The illusories, what will actually be written, I will send you in a message.
Okay.
After session.
Cool. Yeah.
But I am sending one to Silas. One will be addressed to Silas. The other will be addressed to Iso.
Okay. You are ritually casting a spell twice. It takes 10 minutes each time. Where are you doing this?
I assume there's a little private area to write letters.
What, in the post office?
In the post office? Yeah.
You can try and find the quiet corner, but you're ritually casting a spell for 10 minutes.
I would like to go into
20 minutes.
I would like to go into the alleyway then and write in an alleyway.
Make me stealth checks. 2 because you're taking 20 minutes to do it. That's a long time in a busy city.
All right. The first one is going to be a 22. The second one will be a 24.
Incredible. Yeah. No one seems to immediately approach you. You seem to have found a quiet spot. I think also probably Zydus is probably kind of keeping watch as well, letting you do your spell. Yeah, you're able to write those letters, and then I'm assuming you head into the post office and hand them over.
Yeah, I hand them over. I will pay whatever fees it takes to ship back to Cornucopia.
Probably for the
Um,
two of them together, it'd probably be about 2 silver.
2 silver, perfect. And they are addressed. They are addressed to a safe house in Cornucopia. It is not addressed to
Yeah.
the place.
Mhm.
I apologize to Strick for being cryptic.
No, you're good. Hey, you're good. Okay, cool. And then, so you've done both of those. Would you be heading towards the square to meet Sybil, or
Yeah, then I would head
is there
probably.
anything else you want to do?
I would head towards the. First, I would probably escort Zydus back to the town square, even though I know Zydus probably does not need it. But it's just like I know my way around the city, and the.
Did you mean the town square, or did you mean the inn?
The inn? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd probably
so you
get
take
it
it to
by
the Toll Tank.
and then I would head towards Tears of the Light.
Okay. Okay.
just, like-
So are you heading to the town square? Or are you heading to Tales of the Lake? So there's two different things.
I'm bringing Zydus wherever Zydus needs to go, and then I'm going to Tears of the Light to meet, because that's where I told
Tears of
Sybil
the
to
Light.
meet.
Oh, okay. I thought you said town square. Never mind. Okay. Cool.
Yes, and I would just go,
Incredible.
thank you for keeping me company, Zydus.
Yeah, I'll just,
I do have
my
one
pleasure.
question.
Yes.
You look to Astra as if she's royalty, which she is here, but you don't know a lot of our customs. Is she royalty elsewhere?
Is she royalty elsewhere? I don't believe so. I only met her at the same time I met the rest of you.
I was
I
just
just have
curious.
a deep understanding and respect for those who are in positions of power, and so I treated her as such.
Yes. Veldren doesn't say it like that. Very well.
You can insight check him if you want. I don't know. You think he's saying something sus?
No, just with Veldren's history. Veldren's like,
I have a deep respect and understanding for power structures, okay? That's what he's saying.
Very well. I was just curious, is all.
Of
I don't
course.
know how the astral plane works, and it's all fascinating. Truly, where you come from is
Every
incredible.
plane is very different. Different structures, different power dynamics, all that sort of thing.
I would love to visit them one day. A lot of them, at least.
Perhaps you will.
Yes. And if you need anything more teaching-wise of the material plane, I'd be happy to help.
Of course, I'm learning many things already, but I would appreciate your time. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then you head off to Tears of Delight.
Mm-hmm.
Last but certainly not least, we come to Sybil, Astra, and Aridia. You guys are going shopping. Okay, so
Oh gosh.
you are. I imagine you're looking for. Astra is leading this trip, correct? She's yeah.
Yeah, only after being like recognized at the square, she's got her hood up. She's very much like trying to keep a low profile, and she's really reconsidering getting a nice dress.
Oh, buddy.
She's like, she doesn't want to be associated with Mother right now.
Especially with that news as well. Like, there's a lot for you to process right now.
Yep.
Yeah, Zariel's in the hells.
So she's not taking them to like a nice boutique that she probably would have before that kid came up. But like, it's still nice, but it's not like.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see what you can find. Why don't you make me an investigation check?
La 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 la. Oh.
Just the abrupt oh.
So with my modifiers, the nat 1 turns into a 2.
Can any of us assist?
We're going to the most practical.
So
Any of us
I
assist?
love
there is.
I love that natural one. I don't think an assist would make a difference, but I here's how it goes. So Astra is doing that thing where she's like, I'm just like, I would take them to this like really, I try and find this really nice boutique place, but I'm just gonna find somewhere low key. I'm gonna find somewhere low key. And then you're kind of like, you're looking around, but you're doing that thing where you're trying not to look like at people. You're also trying to keep your hood down. You kind of walk a little bit too far and you bump into someone, and they were like, "Hey, what's where you go?" Oh, I'm so sorry, my lady. As someone else seems to recognize you, hood down. You're like, oh god. You do get recognized a couple of times, even with you trying to keep a low profile. And eventually you see like you haven't really seen any like clothing stores up until this point, and then you just out of the corner of your eye you just see a very nice kind of luxurious looking ball gown, kind of similar to something that you have, and you're just like, that's the first thing. I gotta get out of the street, I can't be here. And so it was just like that one over there. And hey, doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. Getting in that one, it just makes things interesting. But yeah, you kind of duck your head inside. The windows kind of seem to have like they have kind of like the display windows where they have these very nice looking dresses and stuff, and then they seem to have these nice kind of like draped curtains over the windows, so you can't really see inside. Yeah, you kind of step in. To the two of you that were kind of more looking around, you see the sign outside reads, let me find my notes on this place. You see a sign outside, very written in very kind of, it's almost like a neon sign, but like in kind of almost like a magical kind of text. In kind of very like calligraphy sort of text. It reads, Liana's Luxuries. And yeah, you kind of step inside, and this is a very bougie place. It's very quiet. There's kind of soft music playing in the background. There doesn't really appear to be anyone else in the store currently. Thank goodness for trying to keep a low profile. But yeah, it's kind of like soft lighting. You do see a lot of very nice looking garments and gowns and that sorts of things. There is kind of a small kind of like, there's not a bell, but there's almost like a chime sounds as you kind of enter. You kind of turn and there is no bell. The sound just seems to have come from somewhere. And you see let me pull up their description real quick. I wasn't sure if you were going to go here, and I'm so glad you're here. This is great. Yeah, you see kind of at the far end of the room a very beautiful looking woman. High elven, long ears, ginger hair kind of tied back in braids and then kind of flowing down her back. She wears a gorgeous kind of silk blue dress that's very form-fitting. A kind of belt around her waist, kind of woven from fabric. She wears very nice looking bangles around her wrists. Kind of very minimalist but still beautiful makeup kind of across her eyes that are also very, very blue. And she kind of has these very nice looking sort of earrings that kind of hang from her ears. She kind of turns to look at you all as you enter. She is gorgeous. And she kind of looks at you all with a smile and goes, welcome, ladies, to Liana's Luxuries. I am Liana. It's so lovely to... And then she looks to you, Astra. There is a look of recognition. Her eyes go a little wider. Yes?
I also think Astra might not have been paying attention when she came in. I think when she came in, she like immediately kind of like relaxed, took off her
Mhm.
hood, and like
Yep.
started to braid her hair and like tie it
Mhm.
back to like kind of. So she's like off guard, trying to pin her hair out of her face and like, you know, make her
Mhm.
not look like her.
Yeah. You start doing that, and you kind of look, and
But-
you do see this kind of like, maybe the two of you kind of see this look of recognition for a moment. She brings up her hand, kind of to her mouth, where she's wearing a ring that has a ruby gemstone set into it, and she seems to say something kind of in a very kind of hushed tone into it, but kind of keeping eye contact with the group of you. But she has just like the biggest smile on her face the whole time. But she kind of says it in a very kind of hushed tone, and then she kind of just very quickly starts kind of very elegantly but quickly starts kind of walking over to the group of you. And it's like welcome to Liana's Luxuries. As I said, I'm Liana. It's so lovely to meet the group of you. How are we today, ladies?
Good. Thank you.
Oh, so wonderful, wonderful. Well, what can I do for the group of you today?
Sybil's trying not to look as self-conscious as she feels, but
Mhm.
it's showing in her posture and stuff that she's just like, this is not for me. This is not the place.
Mhm.
This is not it.
very bougie.
I am not meant for this. um,
My brain is would Astra realize that she casted a spell when she spoke into her ring? Would Astra realize that she cast message there?
Were you looking? Because you said you were braiding your hair.
No, she
So
was braiding her
you-
hair. She wouldn't have
yeah.
noticed. I wouldn't have noticed. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's Astra, once her hair is up, will probably turn to her and be like, we wanted to dress shop. And is putting on a fake smile.
And she'll kind of just gestures like, well, you have certainly come to the right place, my lady. We have a wide variety of garments, gowns, all sorts. I'm more than happy to assist you in anything the three of you might be looking for. Would you perhaps be looking for something? Is this something just for yourself, or is it for the three of you, or something similar perhaps to your current gown, which is gorgeous, by the way, my lady? As this low lighting, the stars are starting to come out, and she just kind of just seems in awe of like this kind of ever-changing fabric. It's like, this is marvelous. Is this magical in nature, my lady?
Yeah.
Absolutely
course.
beautiful. Incredible. The craftsmanship is gorgeous. Well, would you be looking for something similar to this, or perhaps something for your wonderful friends here, or
Astra wouldn't know money either for her to go. Maybe this is out of her price point.
Mhm.
no, just say say what Astra wants.
We don't have too much. I want like a more casual dress for myself, if that's possible. I also want these two to try dresses on.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So
look
something more
killer in a skirt.
casual for you. Yes, that's something we can do. But keeping the vibes and the style, of course, we can absolutely do that. And for
Not as
the
long. I don't want a long dress.
yes, of course. Oh, of course, we have to We have to give you something, some variety, my lady. Perhaps something to show off the legs a little more, something quite wonderful, We can absolutely do that. And for the two ladies here, what would you two be looking for? I'm so sorry, I did not ask for your names.
Emily.
Emily, so lovely to meet you.
Alyssa.
We should just do white girls.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa. Okay. Sorry,
American girl name.
I think. Sorry, I heard it the first time, and I'm sure our editor heard it the first time and just went, "Huh?"
I'm Lissa. No A, just an L. Lissa.
Emily and Alyssa. Well, it's so lovely to meet the two of you. Welcome. What styles and what colors are we thinking? This is up to you, besties.
Possible.
Nope, you go.
Oh no. If possible, something just to replace what I'm currently wearing.
Yes, of course.
Black dress of some kind.
Yes, with perhaps some. Perhaps maybe with some purples, perhaps kind of some blacks and purples. I feel that very much would work for your vibes. Feel it would fit the ambiance that you have.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Whatever works.
Of course, absolutely, and something perhaps on the more luxurious side, like my lady here, or would you also be looking for something a little more travel casual?
Probably more travel casual. Although if our lady wants us to try on things of the more luxurious type, who am I to say no to that? She's trying to cheer up Astra.
Astra cringed when you said Our Lady.
And for you, lady?
I do not. Do you have anything that is a little more practical? I do not wear dresses.
Oh yes, if you're not aware of dresses, that's absolutely fine. Perhaps. Oh yes, he kind of looks you up and down.
Full armor.
Yes.
Hi.
Something perhaps to go with your armor. Perhaps something for a more luxurious occasion. We also do suits. Luxuries at all kinds here. Dresses aren't for everyone.
Shit, she's got me, guys.
Aridia was like, nah, this place ain't for me. Suits, you say?
Well, I suppose that I could try a couple things on, and if Astra had something specific she wanted me to try on, I suppose I will give a dress a try.
Of course. That's very wonderful. Well, I can absolutely have some things prepared. And she kind of just claps her hands. It's like, Myla, Stephen, and you see you don't see anyone, but you see shapes kind of move in it because of the kind of low lighting in here. You kind of like, what was that? And then you kind of see kind of next to her, kind of almost like not quite shadows, but almost like mirages. And you see kind of almost like floating next to her. She doesn't seem to be using any magic herself, but you can see almost like floating kind of like tape measures and the kind of like utensils and stuff to help perhaps take measurements and stuff like that. It's like, my wonderful assistants would be delighted to help you in finding perhaps what sizes would work best for you ladies. If that is all right.
Yeah, yes, and Astra, if you want to pick out a ball gown for me to try on, I think I need help with that.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I'll have to pick out one that Vel would think would look so cute on you.
What?
Yes, something that would also suit that we could match his outfit to hers.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
You two are adorable together.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Trying to impress a boy, are we? Oh, young
Yeah,
love.
such a cute
Oh.
couple.
Oh, so wonderful.
Oh,
We will
I
have
guess
to
we
bring
need to have
him
a
by. I would have to get him a lovely suit as well to match with you.
Not necessary. I think there's been some wires crossed. Oh,
We can see how much he cares about you.
oh, Veldren's just nice. He's just nice. I met them 2 days before you did.
Oh, wait, you two aren't dating?
Are
No.
you sure that you two
No.
have communicated that to each other?
Pretty sure that's not necessary. But that's nice of you all to think about that in this time.
Oh, I thought it was obvious for everyone.
Yeah, cool.
Leans over to Astra. They are 100% going to be a couple, yes?
I'm gonna bet on it.
I mean, sure.
Sybil's just standing in the background, just like,
Liana is dying. She's like,
Just like the
"Oh
person
my
emoji."
God.
yeah, just the person emoji.
Mm. Like one of the unseen servants is like fanning her face with a fan. And she's just like,
Okay, I'm gonna go try on some dresses, and maybe if they have a hairbrush and shoes, I'll buy that too.
okay.
But practical shoes, yes?
Yes.
For both of you.
All shoes are
Practical
practical.
but luxurious. Of course, my lady. I agree.
Sybil does the same cringe that Astra does at being called my lady, just because she's not used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she once again, Liana will kind of clap her hands. Cue dress trying on montage. Well, I will ask all of you now, what do you think you would go for? Think of literally anything. If you can think of it, Liana probably has it. This is a very luxurious, bougie place.
I have my concept art up, so I can go.
Concept
Pulling
art.
mine up.
Okay.
It's
I know,
not-
I
it's
was like,
not
oh
done
God, I
yet.
gotta find it.
But I will post it online when it's done. The artist is lovely. So I think what Sybil ends up getting, which I think would probably take a little persuading from Astra and Aridia, because it does show her arms. But she would end up getting it is a black T-length dress that is essentially like sleeveless, but there's white sheer like puffy blouse sleeves, so you can see her arms through it. And her bracelets are like kind of over it a little. And it has some volume to it in the skirt. I think kind of the reference I used was the live action Alice in Wonderland dress, that skirt. And then a purple bodice and a sash over it that is blue, and then it's got her dress has some blue embroidery on it. And then probably throughout it, the time she was like kind of self-consciously like messing with her hair a little bit because it has not been taken care of at all. And so she probably would have bought like a hairbrush and done her hair a little bit into a neater braided part up, part down. And her shoes are white adventuring boots to match her sleeves.
Incredible. I will say, as you're kind of like trying stuff on, stuff like that, the unseen servants will kind of like come over. There's kind of like a floating hairbrush, and it'll kind of like float in front of you for a moment, as if almost like waiting for permission.
Okay. Thank you.
And yeah, they'll just start brushing out your hair and like braiding it for you. It's just perfectly as if they've done this 1,000 times before. Yeah, Sybil, you catch yourself in the mirror and you look great. You look incredible with your new outfit.
I think she takes a little moment for herself to do a
Mhm.
little twirl in front of it, and then is like, okay.
Mhm. Liana will
That's all I get.
absolutely, like, as you're kind of like looking at yourself, Liana will absolutely encourage the twirl. She's like, darling, you look incredible. This outfit perfectly works for you, and I love the sleeves and everything about it. You look incredible, darling.
Thank you, my lady.
Always.
And Sybil definitely didn't know that Liana was seeing her, so it was, she like twirled around and was like, oh, thank you.
Aridia.
Ah.
Yeah?
I think she goes for like, yes, the practical, like a new like pair of nicer pants, a new
Mhm.
pair of boots, the ones that come up over the knees.
Mm.
And then I think she goes like slightly more feminine with the top. It has like the
Ooh,
puffier
okay.
sleeves that come in and tuck into her bracers. And it's a really deep, like rich, like hunter's green. And the top
Oh.
has the higher neck, but it is open a little bit further down. You just see the very top of her scar. And it has
Mhm.
like the in a slightly darker green thread, like floral embroidery. And her leather armor like sits over very nicely and matches. And then she has instead of her like regular cloak, she got like one of the like vest jackets that slides over the top and is a
Mm.
little bit longer. So from the back and the sides a bit, it gives the illusion of wearing a skirt, but she's not.
Incredible.
And it
Again,
has like
Liana
the
will
mask.
just like look at you. I will just be like, I love this. Practical, but regal. I love it. I love it.
A word never
Um,
used to describe Aridia in her life.
yeah, you like your hair's all done as well, and it's all like brushed out and braided however you would like. Yeah, you just like if you just say the word, and the unseen servants will kind of step in and will help assist with anything you may need. And then last but certainly not least, Astra. I will say a lot of the time with a lot of the assistants, the unseen servants have kind of been helping Sybil and Aridia. Liana attends to you personally, and will kind of like ask you what you want and what you need, and will try all sorts of things with you. What does Astra's new outfit look like?
So heavy and Ivy, you've seen this dress.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I'm trying to describe it. I have the image pulled up right here. It's like a blue dress that has like a little bit of puffy things, a little like it's like tighter on the waist, and then it kind of like poofs out a bit, and it's short. It probably cuts off like above the knee.
Mhm.
And it's got like it's blue, looks very starry, sparkly, and then it has this like frame almost that kind of like goes down, so it almost looks like it has a high-low sort of thing. But it, like the main
Mm.
part is one layer, and then the other part is like sheer, with like a nice little bow on like the butt. It's so cute. So that's one of the dresses, and I think that she would try and get like just a more casual, like a light blue dress that
Mhm.
is not like ball gown in nature and is just like
More
has a little bit
practical.
of puffy sleeves, yeah, and like a little lace
Yeah.
up bodice, and just like still a shorter dress than the ones that she's been wearing.
Mhm.
I'm putting in our chat.
Incredible. Yes. Ah, they're both so cute. Yes. Incredible. Yes, that first one, she definitely spends a lot of time with you kind of working on that. This is something so a lot of the stuff that the others kind of like tried and stuff like that were things that were kind of readily available and were things that she kind of like had in stock already and we were able to kind of work from that. With this, you give her a concept and she like makes this. This is like handmade while you're in the shop. Everything like almost like it's made like on you. Like she starts with like the base of it. You kind of give her the length and she cuts it and will, make it and then like adds the, the outer layering, like the part you mentioned at the back. And like just it's gorgeous. And then for the more casual outfit, that is something she more kind of has in stock herself and is able to provide you with that. And she's just completely fawning over you the whole time. Is just thinks you look absolutely incredible and is just saying so many lovely things about your outfits and just seems completely over the moon to be helping you. It's like, oh my lady, you look gorgeous. I love the casual. It's very nice. It's very it's very practical and it's very minimalistic, but also regal. And then this one. This is probably one of the best pieces I have ever made. This is beautiful. I took inspiration from your ball gown with the starry designs and everything. I hope it is to your liking.
I adore it. And yeah, with the more casual dress, it's been hard. I'm here in Mystral City for a reason, and there's been a lot of people recognizing me, and it's been kind of interfering with the reason I'm here.
I see, my lady. I am so sorry to hear that you've. I know, being so famous as yourself, to be the fallen star, of course, so many people will recognize you and they truly adore you, but perhaps they don't have the best intentions sometimes, even if they mean to, of course, distracting you from your important work.
It's also like being in the city. I didn't realize people would recognize me. But I've never really wandered the streets.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a first time for everything, of course. You were very well known all over the nation. But if you are looking for something to perhaps keep things more low-key, or perhaps... she kind of gets a kind of mischievous smile. I know a wonderful friend. I've known them for a long time. They are trusted. There is a licensed magic shop here in the city, known as Tides of the Arcane. If you look for it, they might be able to sell you a magic item that will be able to help you with that.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Will that be everything I can do for you today?
I think so. Oh, I need to get my friend a shirt.
Oh, but of course, yes. Are your friend? Are they a more masculine build, more feminine build? What would they be looking for?
More or masculine build.
All right.
She's like running her brain of like what to get for Bishop, and should probably call over Aridia for help.
I think that it would look a little cute if you got a matching shirt for Bishop. When we were younger, he used to really like. Have you ever seen the front of a romance novel? The very the Philly, like almost love interest pirate rogue man shirts that were a little bit poofy in the sleeves and were a little bit more open in the front. Sometimes with a little bit of.
Ooh. The fan is back out.
He used to wear those before. It might be nice for him to wear something a little different than what he has been stuck in since he woke up. You can get it to match your dress. Your traveling dress, that is.
She doesn't outright say it, but in her mind, she's like, why would we need a match?
Oh,
Astra would follow Aridia's advice.
did the Veldren need a shirt too? I look towards Sybil.
I don't know.
Well, I don't want him to feel left out. Should we get him one too?
I don't know. It does.
Maybe
Don't
like
make
a
it
nice
match mine.
turtleneck.
I don't think Veldren wears like a green button up. There's not much.
Maybe we get them a sweater vest.
Maybe a crop top.
Dropped.
We just get him like a nice normal like male's adventuring shirt.
Sorry, that's a joke from the Sims game I have of these characters.
She put Vel in a crop top.
put
and
Vel
it
in a
actually
crop
looks
top.
So
Put Vel in a
good.
crop top.
It actually looks
Anyway.
so good.
So proud of you. I need
I
it
mean,
now.
you could get
You
Veldren in a
can-
crop top. We could make it canon.
we get him like an actual normal adventuring shirt.
You two talk amongst yourselves. Sybil's gonna dress up in the ball gown. I have to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so just a regular shirt for Veldren because he's
Yes, of course. Yes, yes.
boring.
And green, you said, yes? Yeah.
What colors does Veldren wear?
Yeah, it's like a green, yeah.
Veldren wears.
Because
So what
he's
Veldren
boring
wears is he wears
Fucking
like
insane.
he wears like a stereotypical like kind of like beige tunic shirt underneath.
I hate it.
Probably like adventuring, kind of like a
Khakis.
brown adventuring leggings. The only things that really stand out for Vel are is like the green kind of Milo Thatch jacket he wears. Think Milo Thatch. That's what Veldren wears. But like that green overcoat, and then also like a green scarf tied around like as a belt almost.
Yeah, get the man a crop top.
He does have he does have like kind of like almost like leather straps that are like book holsters underneath the coat as well.
We get him a shirt that matches Sybil's new outfit.
Yes. Without Sybil's knowledge, of course.
Sybil did tell
Yeah,
us
because
to
Sybil's
get
off trying on
it,
dresses.
so I said we should get the matches, and so we do. We get a shirt that matches.
Okay, yeah. Liana will kind of go away and she will bring back these very, very nice looking, kind of very roguish shirts that are very nice, kind of sort of like a silk satin fabric. One in kind of like a black color, and then one in kind of a matching color to Sybil, who is completely unaware and cannot fight back in this moment. This is fucked up, guys. This is fucked up.
Prop one.
But
Prop
yeah.
one. No.
Yeah. But yeah, those are given to the group of you. It's like wonderful. You all look incredible, and I'm sure your friends will look absolutely wonderful in their new clothes as well. Is there anything else I can do for the group of you today? She's kind of like holding like one of your hands each, kind of like just gently.
I think that's everything. Am I forgetting anything?
No, I do not think so.
All right, well, thank you so much for visiting my shop. Please feel free to come back anytime. You are all welcome guests in my store. All I ask is, she has not asked you for payment, by the way.
Yes.
She has not mentioned anything about how much all this costs.
Mother. I think Astra would.
Yeah?
Astra's like,
Would
this feels
Astra-
normal.
Astra wouldn't think to pay because back in the palace,
Mm-hmm.
Wild. This is normal.
Would Aridia think anything, though?
I think Aridia's smart enough to realize. I mean, she's not stupid. She's decently intelligent. She's just like,
Right.
oh, this is 100% because of who Astra is. Like, she saw how Astra is being treated, and she's like, okay.
Sybil would try to pay. Also,
Okay.
you all. Well, hang on a minute. I'm gonna take my time to say this. What the heck? You're taking advantage of my illness to scheme.
You did
You're
say
just
Sybil
setting
left
up
us
the
in
canon
charge.
event.
God fucking damn it, you two.
listen, if Bishop and Astra are obliviously matching,
God damn it.
How do you match the
Um,
purple and blue to the greens and beige? It doesn't
Hey,
work.
God.
deep purple
Anyway.
and deep green look really good together. We got rid of the beige.
oh yeah,
Anyway, so yes, Leona's kind of like talking to the two of them, Sybil, as you kind of like finish up, and you realize you kind of have this like moment of like, oh fuck, we have to pay, and this is probably very expensive. What do you do?
No, I mean, they have money now, so I think Sybil would try to pay. Like, so she would probably walk up and start kind of rifling through her coin purse and ask, "How much? How much is it?"
Oh my lady, no, and she'll kind of like place a hand on your purse, like, this is complimentary for your lovely, for the lovely lady, and by extension to the two of you and to your friends. All I ask, this is for the Lady Astra. All I ask is, if anyone asks where you got your garments from, you perhaps spread my name around a little, bring me a little business. That's all I ask.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Of course, my lady. And she'll take like both hands. Of course, it is truly an honor to finally meet you in person. I have seen you many times on your travels, but to have you come and visit my shop is truly the greatest honor. And to know that you are walking around wearing some of my garments. Oh, I could faint. Steven! And immediately out of nowhere, a fan comes out of nowhere, and we'll start just fanning her. It's like, I was hoping my husband would come by, but he seems to have ignored my message. But that's fine.
Who is your husband?
Oh, my husband. Yes, he runs the blacksmith in town, or one of them at least. Sorry, my brain names. Hold on.
This is the way that I was going. The commander.
We all were like,
The
what?
commander.
Oh no!
The commander walks through the door. No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
What?
no, that does not happen. Um,
I think Sybil would just combust on the spot.
I think Sybil would just die.
I think Sybil would die. Things that would kill Sybil.
Lunara, I'll kill you.
Yeah, Lunara would just pop out of the oblivion and be like, "I'll kill him right now."
No, she's like, Oh, just like
Ajax.
my just like my husband Galahad. He runs the blacksmith in town. But I sent him a message, but he doesn't seem to be answering. Perhaps he is busy. It is still working day, so perhaps he will come by when he can. But I will not keep you any longer. I'm sure you have important business to attend to, and I've taken much of your time already, and it has been truly wonderful.
Imagine that Astra has like a saying she uses like as a sincere thank you, some sort of like
Mm-hmm.
many
May the
thanks
stars
from the
guide-
stars or something
May the
stupid
stars
like that.
guide you
Stars
or
guide you.
something.
There we go. May the stars guide you.
Oh, and to you as well, my lady. And yeah, you have all acquired fancy new clothing at no cost.
Heck yeah.
Sybil
Free
will go.
shopping episode.
Sybil will go meet at the Tears of Delight, following the directions that Veldren had given her.
The show to give to Veldren.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's wrapped up, so
Yep.
you can't see what it is.
I've got that. I understand.
Yeah.
I'll play along this time.
Yeah. So Sybil, you are traveling through the city to go and meet Veldren, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're able to do that. You make your way through the city, kind of following the directions that Veldren gave you. Did you change back to like your regular kind of clothes, or are you staying in any of the kind of fancy stuff that you bought?
These clothes are her new clothes, because what she was wearing were complete
Okay,
rags.
fair enough. Wonderful. So yeah, you but you still have your cloak, so you're able to kind of like wrap that around you and kind of pull your hood kind of over your face if you're kind of keep a low profile, which I'm sure Sybil is still trying to do.
I honestly don't know. I think right now there's a little bit of her like age showing. She's pretty young.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I think there's kind of the girlishness of her wanting
Mhm.
walk
To
in
be pretty and just
she wants to be
yeah.
pretty, and so
Yeah.
and she's gonna mess up her new hair, like, you know, there's like
Okay.
there's kind of the girlishness of that
Okay.
experience that she wants to do.
I'm gonna make a roll then.
Wonderful.
Brought your stuff, girly.
Yeah, you successfully are able to follow your directions, and you make your way to this wonderful looking bakery store, Tears of Delight, where you see Veldren waiting for you.
Probably leaning against like the doorway, just like like scrolling through like his notes that he's taken for the day.
Oh wait, actually, I forgot something. Never mind. Retcon on that. Veldren. You're making your way to Tears of Delight, and what is your passive perception?
I sure could be a passive investigation. No, I know the answer to that.
Passive
It's
perception.
14. 14.
14. Just okay. You're kind of like you're doing your thing. You know where you're going. You know how to get there. You're kind of like going through like back alleys and stuff like that. And as you do, you're kind of like walking, and you just as you're walking through, you kind of hear like you don't see anything, but you hear from above you kind of a few kind of like bits of kind of rubble would be the wrong word, but like bits of kind of like flakes of kind of stone seem to kind of like trickle down off the side of one of the buildings, and you kind of catches your ear as a sound as something seems to move above you.
I'll look upwards.
You don't see anything.
Is anyone there? Hello?
No response.
I'll I'll wall climb. I'll try to get higher to see if I can like see what's up
Okay.
on top.
Make me, I guess that would be, if you're trying to climb, that'd be an athletics check.
Is there a way I can do this if it's acrobatics or no?
Sure.
Like-
Yeah,
like-
you know what? It's a
like-
small alleyway.
wall
You can
hop?
instead of
Wall hop?
like climbing, you can like wall hop your way up. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can find a dexterous way up. Sure, I'll let you use dex.
Don't fuck me. Okay, 25.
25. Yeah, you kind of hop your way up and you kind of get on top of this building. It's still like it's kind of one of the lower kind of buildings. You kind of like look around. It's still kind of quiet. Yeah, you kind of just like looking, and with your what was your? You said 14.
Passive is 14, yeah.
Passive is 14. You want to make me a perception check, so you're now actively looking for something.
Oh, a 6.
A 6.
Yeah, worse.
Yeah. You yeah, you don't see anything.
Kind of slip back into the alleyway, but throw the hood up and try to stealth my way along.
Yeah.
Just try to probably take a few more confusing turns, twists and turns, and try to lose whoever's watching me.
Yeah. As you're kind of walking with your sticks. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's
Um, With your 6, you kind of every now and then you do kind of hear just the kind of sound of something moving. Something is definitely following you.
Can I try to lose them?
How would you like to lose them?
I would probably like cross into a crowded street and try to lose them there. Try to like stealth away there and then make my way back into alleyways from there.
Yeah. You make your way out into the crowd. Make me a stealth check as you head out into the crowd.
23.
23. Okay. Yeah, you make your way into the crowd, you kind of ducking and weaving, and then you kind of slip into another alleyway. It's kind of quiet. You kind of yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. You make your way out of the alleyway. You're getting closer now. You're maybe a couple of streets away, and you kind of round the corner in this alleyway. And then looking in a shadow, you see 2 green feline eyes looking at you.
I think Veldren.
You hear kind of like a low kind of just I don't know if my mic picked that up.
No, yeah, I heard.
It did? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Very feline in nature.
Oh, you're getting better at that, aren't you?
Oh, you're getting worse?
I'm not that old yet.
And not getting any stronger.
Oh, you know the story behind that one, and I'll like kind of come up to him and like try to like noogie him a little bit.
Okay, make me acrobatics check. He does not want to be noogied.
Oh, acrobatics?
Or I guess no, it would be if you're trying to like grapple him effectively, that would be strength. Sorry.
Yeah. 17?
Versus his acrobatics. Good try.
17?
17? You like go to grab him. He like you like get your arm around like his neck as you like pull him out of the shadows. And he just is like, nope, and he like slips out of your arms, trips you up, knocks you to the ground.
Okay, all right. I yield.
It kind of just gives you a smirk. For everyone else's benefit, you see a black tabaxi wearing a with green feline eyes, a kind of greenish black cloak kind of over their head, but kind of they have kind of holes where their ears kind of point out. They're dressed in a kind of set of like roguish like armor and kind of with a that's kind of like a black leather with kind of a green long sleeve shirt underneath. They carry a scimitar on their back, a dagger on their side, and then on their other side there is a pouch for arrows, as they also carry a light crossbow. Yeah, you're a very typical looking rogue. Quite young as well, very young looking tabaxi, and just gives a very mischievous smile as Felt looks down at you, kind of offers you a hand.
I'll take it. Kind of
Yeah.
help myself up. How have you been, Felt? It's been a while.
It has been a while. Where you been?
All around. I've just been traveling Gloria
Uh-huh.
looking for answers, you know?
Yeah. Any progress?
Some. I know more.
Hmm.
I know more about the curse now. Why are you out here not helping your grandfather?
Kind of like makes a
You
makes
know
a
he
face
needs the
just
help.
like, well, I saw you, so
Oh, you
naturally
saw
I had to make
me
sure it was you.
several blocks away from.
I just so happened to be patrolling.
Yes. Oh, patrolling so dangerous in the big city.
I mean, yeah, with the uptick in gods in the past couple of weeks.
Oh.
Yeah,
Let's
more patrols, more often, more of them.
let's talk more in the
It's
shop.
weird.
Let's talk more in the shop.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a friend. I have a friend for you all to meet as well. She'll be coming to join us. She needed to speak
a
to me.
friend. Oh, is she? It kind of like nudges you.
You do know that I am pansexual. And like any
I
friend of mine
do.
could be a possible romantic thing. Just
I'm
because it's a
aware.
girl does not mean that it is a romantic interest.
I'm aware. Just gives you a big old smirk.
You're such a child. Oh my gosh.
I am not.
You literally are, Felt.
Nope. I am not. Tabaxis age differently.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, yes, yes. Come on. Come. Let's go see your grandfather and your sister.
Yeah. You so Sybil, you would see as you kind of round the corner, you would see Veldren kind of next to this young tabaxi kind of dressed in these kind of like roguish clothes, carrying an assortment of weapons.
This is Felt, a friend of mine.
Hello, Felt. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. What was your name? Sorry,
Oh, Sybil.
Sybil. Nice to meet you. Didn't even introduce me. Kind of looks to you, Veldren. It's like, come on, man.
Do you not have words? Do you not have words
Yeah.
to use?
Yeah, I do, but like they're your friends, so like you should introduce them. How am I the one teaching you this? You're like ancient.
I'm literally 24 years old.
Yeah, ancient.
I'm not ancient. You'd be shocked to meet the people I've met. Now that is ancient. 300 years old.
I mean, yeah. Grandpa's that old.
He is that old, isn't he? Yes.
Yeah. Like older than that. He's like so old. Ugh.
He's pretty old. Sybil, this is Felt. This is Tears of Delight. A safe house. I'm at. I'll introduce you to the owners of the establishment, but it should be a place for us to speak safely.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'll kind of open the door to let us in.
Yeah, you kind of open the door, you kind of step in, and there's a little bell above the door, kind of like sounds, and you see a kind of turns around. You see an older looking man. He kind of turns. He has kind of brown hair. Kind of like it's like medium length. Kind of brown hair with like flat, like splashes of gray in there. He has a kind of a very well kept beard as well that also has some dashes of gray in it. He wears just a simple kind of brown and purple shirt and he is yeah, he kind of just turns to face you and is like, "Oh, welcome to Tears of Veldren. I wasn't expecting to see you back here so soon."
What do you mean soon? It hasn't been that soon.
How
But
long
yes,
has
I'm
it
back
been?
in the at least over a month since I've been back in Mystral.
When you're my age, a month is nothing.
Yes, yes, yes. You're old. You're wise. You know all these types of things.
You better remember it,
I've
Veldren.
heard it so
Don't you
much. I've heard
forget.
so much about age in the past week.
Mm-hmm. Sure you
I-
have.
I'm trying to set off to travel. I just wanted to check in while I was here as well.
Of course, I'm glad you were able to come by. Things have been interesting this past couple of weeks. I don't know if
Okay.
Felt's filled you in already, but patrols
You
have been all
mentioned
over the place. We've had guards in here every other week. They
interesting.
know something's up.
I might be able to do something to get the heat off of you. By the way, this is Elfric. This is Sybil. This is Elfric, the owner and operator of Tears of Delight.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
How,
Kind of
how-
like looks back and forth between Sybil and Veldren. You needing downstairs?
Possibly. I was hoping to have a place for us to speak in private.
Yeah, I think we'll need it.
I'll look to
He hops
Sybil.
down from the stool that he was standing on as he walks around this huffling man, goes over to the door, kind of like closes it, flips the sign from open to closed. He's like, "Follow me." And
Oh.
yeah,
I'll look to Sybil. I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I did not know it was going to be this in depth.
yeah, can we talk outside or something?
Sure. Elfric, I will be down to meet with you in just one moment. Sybil has something she wants to talk to me about. I'm so sorry.
of course, if
Oh,
you need the space, that's absolutely fine.
I mean, it can wait. It can wait.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Because I'm starting to put the pieces together as to why you're here.
Oh?
You said this one's name is Sybil, right? Holloway? She's the one they're looking for.
Let's go speak in... Let's... you should...
I should go. I should go.
No, hey, listen. They might be looking for you, but you're safe here. That's what it's for. Alright? They won't get you here. They might be sticking their noses where they don't belong, but they can't smell past the bread. That's sort of the point. I've been doing this for a long time.
Okay.
If you trust Veldren, you can trust me. Alright? At least I hope you can. I know trust has to be earned, but I hope Veldren would speak good of me enough.
He's alright.
Oh yeah?
You can trust Elfric. I promise, Sybil. If we need to speak elsewhere, we can.
She went from as soon as Felt had said that patrols had gone up in the last couple weeks, her whole demeanor has
Mhm.
shifted.
Yeah.
Uh,
Poor Sybil can't catch a break.
Oh, she needs a
Oh,
little
girly. Yeah, probably. If Sybil doesn't object, have us go downstairs unless Sybil wants to talk outside.
No, what she could say. Well, wait.
Yeah. We'll have that talk outside. I can't. Like Veldren will lean over and whisper, "I'm so sorry."
She's like visibly just shaking. Like she's just like, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be out of here soon.
We'll be out of here soon. And then
you make your way to kind of the back room, kind of past the kitchen, and into what seems to be like literally like broom closet. He kind of opens the door. There is a kind of like box at the back of the room, kind of like opens it up, pulls some sort of lever. The false wall falls forward and changes into there is mechanical whirring as it turns into a set of steps leading down.
how's Sybil looking?
Pale as a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking down the staircase, just like,
Hey, it's okay. Is everything okay?
hey.
Veldren will kind of reach up and a few dancing lights,
Mm-hmm.
kind of purple and blue and green in nature, will kind of float above their heads to provide a little bit of light as they float down. Just trying to act as some kind of comfort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You make your way down. It is well lit down here as you make your way down kind of
Mhm.
beneath the bakery itself into a space that definitely seems a lot more kind of like a hideout. There are supplies, there are weapons, there are such. Felt will kind of like slip off from the group. You said, "I'll give you guys some privacy. We got some other people here at the moment. I'll go deal with that. But
Of course.
you guys clearly need your space, so I'm gonna."
Thank you, Felt.
And he'll just scamper off. Elfric will kind of turn to you, just like, "Do you two need some time? Because we should talk once you have, if you need to."
I think our conversation will be held elsewhere and everything upstairs. I think it'd be good to get some sun for me and everything. You know, I spend all day, but spend all day inside.
Hmm.
But what's going on, Elfric?
Well, we don't know the specifics. We've been trying to get everything, but as far as our intel's been able to gather so far, the patrols are up all over the city. More often, more people, more heavily armored. They're clearly preparing for something. Not to mention the bounty.
On?
Kind of just looks to you, Sybil. Mentioned by name. Wanted for the kind of just takes him in like he can't even believe it himself. It's like, wanted for the murder of 2 long dead counselors. Couldn't really believe it myself, but well, she's been. I truly, it doesn't make sense, but people are eating it up.
How long have they been dead?
Kind of, he doesn't really. He kind of like makes a face and just kind of like awkwardly looks to you, Sybil. You want to tell him?
2 years.
2 years.
I'm blaming the death of the 2 Holloway counselors on her. I'm assuming that's not true, or it was an accident. Otherwise, you wouldn't bring her here.
I trust Sybil.
Either way, that's the story they're spinning.
It's not true.
You don't look like a murderer to me. I've seen the eyes of many murderers, and you're not one of them. I can tell already. No offense.
The council thought I was dead. How is this happening now?
We're still trying to gather the intel on that. As far as the bounty goes, they're saying that a high-level criminal who is responsible for the death of those two councilors has escaped. They use magic. They are highly dangerous and not to be approached. Information that leads to their arrest will land the person who gives them the right tips a hefty sum of 15,000 gold.
15,000 gold. Oh my god.
Which is something that doesn't make sense. That's not a regular bounty. Some of the
Yes.
highest criminals in the city are worth half of that. That's something put out by the highest levels. That has to come from the top.
I did not do it. He made me think I did. I did not.
I
I
believe you.
didn't do it.
We know.
The house, it burned down, and they were in it.
Oh. I'm sorry. We know this wasn't you. I don't believe it'd be you, not from everything I've seen. Look, we were already planning on leaving. This doesn't change anything. This just means we need to leave as soon as we can. Plan stays the same. I'm sure there are ways to prove your innocence.
I don't think so.
And why do you say that?
Because it was in the dead of night. I was asleep. And then I smelled smoke, and I was told to wake up, and I did, and I couldn't find them. And then I thought I was being rescued, but I wasn't.
They was trying to rescue you.
The commander.
Ah, that would explain a lot. Hmm.
There were 2 council members involved.
Hmm.
But one got a guilty conscience and helped me out. I hope the rest of the council didn't know about this. They thought I was dead. They think I'm dead.
Well, not anymore if they're putting this out. It means the lies are being told, and if lies are being told, we can uncover them and use that to help prove your innocence. And someone had to start the fire.
He did. He said he did.
Trying to stand up to a counselor is gonna be a hefty feat. Gathering the evidence you need is gonna be step 1. Step 2 is going to be convincing people, and I don't think you can do that whilst you're still here. The reason, even if you try to convince people, money talks, and that's a hefty amount of money. You're going to find very few
Yes.
people you can trust who are willing to give up a bounty like that. That's why he's put such a big hit on you. That's got to come directly from the Treasury. That's not some local criminal stuff. That's serious.
So that means another council member's involved at least. Comes from the Treasury.
Well,
That or he's overstepping.
your name is out there now, which means they all know you're alive. So, something's going on. Maybe they're involved, maybe they're not. If this commander person is the mastermind behind this all, maybe he's got them all in his pocket, or maybe he's got them wrapped around his finger. Who knows? Bottom line is they probably know you're alive now, or at least they definitely should. But the true story is probably still a mystery to them. You just gotta find the way to get the truth to them.
No.
No.
No. I can't come back here after this. We have to go.
Well, if you're not going to do anything about it, I certainly will. If he's doing this to one person, there's no telling of how many others he's willing to do it to. And this is my home. I have people here that I care about, and I can't imagine something like this happening to one of them. If there was corruption further than what me and the rest of my group thought, I will do my best to end it, Sybil. Not now. Like Elfric said, this is going to take some time to fix. But if you don't want to come back, that's fine, but I will be doing my best to free your name.
She does not respond.
Veldren, did you come here with anyone else? To this city?
Yeah, about that.
Hmm?
8 others.
8. Why are you traveling in a group that size?
It just happened, Elfric. Sybil and I were traveling from the capital.
Picked up
We
some stragglers.
came across a few others that
Well,
helped
they
us
might end
or
up being
needed
useful
help.
to you. You're probably gonna need all the help you can get getting out of this place. I mean, going and chartering a ship is gonna be pretty hard if they know who they're carrying. Like I said, a lot of people not willing to give up that kind of money.
That doesn't mean we have to tell them who we're carrying.
Or if you can get a ship of your own, even better. Or just have to find a crew.
That's a lot of money, Elfric. I don't suppose you just have the spare change lying around.
No. But you know as well as I do there are good ways to make money in this town.
Yes. Do you know of any
bounties here
potential
and there.
work?
Well, the bounty board's always full. Just ignore the big one. Obviously.
Yes.
Outside
might be
of
able to
that,
do some
there's the Titan tourney coming up.
Oh, not that. They're going to be way
Yeah.
too interested. The rest of them are going to be way too interested in doing that. Aridia is going to eat that shit up.
If you can win, it's a way to make a lot of
is
money.
going to go feral.
And
How much
maybe
money is
that
it?
large group will help you out. You might be able to enter multiple tournaments.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get to work on making new licenses. Then.
They grant. I mean, if you've got magic casters, you know they grant temporary ones for that. People come from all over Titan Tourney. Either way, regardless, you should go and find your friends.
Yes,
You
yes.
can bring them here if you have to. Just keep a low
If we need to hide, we will.
All right.
Give Anna my best, by the way, and make sure that she's practicing her cantrip formulas like I gave her the last time.
Of course. She's been working overtime to keep this place safe.
Thank
so
you.
has Felt in his own way.
I know. They're good kids.
All right. Go find your friends.
Yes. Come on, Sybil. As we get up and leave, I'll toss a silver and snag a couple like pastry.
Yeah.
A couple pastry, like probably one for I'll toss a gold and grab one, like grab a bag of one for each of the 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You you make your way out and you start making your way towards the square. And
so sorry.
Just before we wrap up, because we are at time, this will be the last thing. As you guys are making your way towards the square to kind of meet with everyone else, make me, as I'm assuming you would be keeping an eye out, make me perception checks, please.
Hot. 19.
Nat 1.
Nat 1, which fitting.
Oh, buddy.
I think her hood's just up and she's just kind of like,
yeah,
everything she was going to talk to Vel about right now is like, later.
Yeah.
Like,
buddy. Yeah. With that, you're keeping your head down. You're kind of just like holding Veldren's hand, letting him guide you as you're trying to you're just looking at the floor, thinking about everything. It's all coming back. You thought you'd gotten away from it, but it's just following you everywhere. You got to get out of Gloria. But Veldren, with your 19, you are kind of looking around, looking for patrols, kind of dodging things, stuff like that. And you spot through the crowd. You see still kind of crowded streets. You do see a couple of patrols that you're able to kind of dodge away from. They don't see you. And then kind of as you make your way into one of the kind of more main streets, you see a lot of people kind of parting, like leaving a space, kind of parting as a group of soldiers seem to be walking through that seem a little different to the rest of the patrols. You notice ahead of you, you see a group all dressed in a mix of black robes and armor. You see very clearly spellcasters. You see some with swords and weapons and crossbows. Maybe a group of about 5 of them. And at the very front, you see, dressed in full armor, wearing a helmet that has an open face but is dark, and you can only see 2 red glowing spots as their helmet has horns on top. Everyone seems to be making space for them. Veldren, with your background, and especially if you drew Sybil's attention to this, you would recognize who these people are. It's the Mystic Elite. And you know they're definitely looking for you. You don't think they've seen you yet, but they are walking directly towards your direction and people are parting for them. What do you do?
I've grabbed Sybil's hand and I am trying to drag her down the nearest alleyway. Keep your head down, mystically. And I'll kind of nod, but with my own kind of hood pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
As I try to get us away from eyesight, like down the nearest alleyway, hoping that it's not a dead end.
Yeah, you pull step into the alleyway. Are you attempting to hide?
I'm doing our best to keep us hidden.
Okay. Yeah, make me those stealth checks then.
Eight.
1
8 and 1.
plus 10 for 11.
And use your inspirations.
Did we get
Please,
inspirations?
please use your inspirations, please.
9. Don't worry about it. That's 9.
12.
Yep. Don't worry about it. It's
Can I
fine.
give
It's fine.
mine
Let's
to
deal with
you?
this. We got this.
Just kiss each
Yep.
other. That makes everyone feel awkward, and then they'll be like, "Oh shit, that's a private moment."
Please pull a Captain America and
Yeah, right. This is
Oh,
the
no.
time.
Yeah.
Please,
Do it.
please.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm.
So with a 12, what was it? A 12 and a 1?
Yeah.
Well, no,
I rolled a natural
9 and a
1, but I
12.
got a 12.
and a 9 total on my end. So
Okay.
9 and 12.
Okay. What are you doing? Is there anything you're trying to do? Is there anything you can do to boost those rolls?
I'm
Are
just
their
gonna kiss-
eyes? Does it look like their eyes are looking over towards us?
With the you two both did just get inspiration, listeners.
The
Letting me
roll's
know.
already gone through.
No,
I've
we're
already
good.
like
We got this.
I don't like
We got
doing that personally.
this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self to make myself look a little like someone who could bear resemblance to Sybil, but is different enough to where it's not her. In case they did see her out of the corner of their eye, it's not a completely different person. But it's like
Mhm.
different eye color, runes gone, the facial structure is different. Like there's a keen difference between.
If it looks like they're looking over to our way, I do
Oh,
have
I'll
a
spell
plan.
that and roll. Let me roll.
Okay.
Okay.
They do, you see they kind of step kind of as they go to walk past the alleyway, and the knight at the front does seem to stop for a moment.
As soon as he stops out, I'm gonna take my cloak off and kind of wrap it around Sybil and lean in close and whisper, "I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to kiss you." It makes them feel awkward. And I would... Is that okay?
Yeah,
And I would
okay.
pull her in for...
Looking at the mystical leap. Like,
Yeah, I would like kind of like
Fine.
hand like up to like cup
Mhm.
Sybil's face to like block view to try to make them feel awkward and look away.
Okay. Then I will give you both advantage for this roll then. With that,
Alright. That's another natural one.
Oh my
Natural
god.
20. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Wait,
The two
natural
ends
one
of the
with
spectrum.
advantage?
Oh, is it just wait, hang on. We make the roll again with advantage.
No, this you got advantage for that roll.
Got it. So it's
Okay,
still
yes.
the 12
So
then.
still a
first one
12
I
for
rolled.
you.
First one I rolled was a natural 20.
Okay. So with
And
that
I'll add the D6 on top of
I'm
this
gonna
one,
add the
just to
D6
make
this time.
sure.
That's another
go for it.
That's a 13.
And this is a stealth check? Or-
Yes.
It's not working.
32.
Stealth or performance, I will give you
32
for that,
for
Veldren.
stealth.
32. Cool.
Okay. If it's performance, then 18.
Sure. Okay. With that then, yeah. Veldren leans in and kisses Sybil. And there is a moment where they're stopped at the end of the alleyway. It's like the longest 10 seconds of your lives.
They just
then
make
they
out right now while they're
Keep
staring.
walking. No, they're not looking your direction. They just stop at the end of the alleyway. They don't look in. They just seem to stop, like they're thinking or like something caught their attention. They don't look in your direction. About 10 seconds go by, and then they keep walking, continuing past the alleyway.
I will break the kiss. I'm so sorry. It is the only thing I could think of in that moment. I am so sorry.
It's okay. It worked.
Unfortunately, it's not the first time it's worked. Let's keep going, please. Let's.
As you say that, as you say, let's keep going, from the other end of this alley, you hear not too far away, maybe about 30 feet away, you hear the sound of a commotion, and you hear a guard call out, "Hey, stop right there! You're under arrest!" Not in your direction, but in the same alleyway as you look as some sort of commotion seems to be taking place at the far end. And that is where we're going to leave today's session. Yep. what a thing to end it on. Let's go. Oh my god.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Well,
Oh my
thank
god.
you everyone so much for coming to today's session of Tales of Agius, episode 10. Yeah, we're in the double digits, baby. Next week we will have New Rollis, and then the week after that we will have the return of Tales of Agius for episode 11, where we will have our special guest joining
I did the
us
character art for
some
it, and they're
adventures.
so hot.
They're
They're
so
so
hot,
hot,
you
you
guys.
they're
Oh
so
my
hot.
god. It's going to be great. It's going to be so fun. We're very excited. It's going to be an amazing time. So, yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I will let everyone do their outros and tell you where you can find them, starting with the lover boy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hi, how y'all doing? It's been a great session, guys. It's been good. My name is Jay. You can find me over at my socials at Sequo, Sequo. You can find me here every Wednesday, either playing the wonderful lover boy, Veldren, apparently, or you can find me playing our wonderful eloquence bard, Harlan, whenever we are on our New Rollis weeks. And keep an eye out. You might see me in a few other projects sometime soon, either here or other places. No one knows.
Say, let's go to Abigail next.
Hello, I'm Abigail, also known as Abigail the Nerd on all the things. You can find me on Wednesdays playing Sybil, the not lover girl, or Lunara, the woman, the changeling, the legend, over on New Rollis. And then tomorrow, there was a little bit of a problem with uploading, so it was not today, but tomorrow we will get Echoes of Actor episode 2, and tomorrow is a very dear episode to me because at the beginning of the Walking Dead sessions there's something called the Dearly Departed monologues, and tomorrow is Charlie, my character's turn, to basically recap the session in the form of a eulogy to someone that she's lost, and so that was a very fun thing to kick off in episode 2. And things get weird in episode 2. So please go watch it. It's Echoes of Actor on Brynier's channel. And I think that's all I've got right now, except for that one shot on March 20th. So keep an eye out for those ads that keep randomly popping up.
Crazy, wild. All right, next up we go to Hans.
Hi, I'm Hans. You can find me across all social media at HansKate. I'm easy. Alternating Wednesdays, you can find me here for Tales of Agius, and on the opposing Wednesdays over on New Age Geeks for Queer and Present Danger. Outside of that, I don't have any projects until April. That's it. That's all I got.
Exciting. All right. Jet, it's your turn.
Yo, what up? I'm Jet, also known as Cause Pingu. On all socials, that's TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky. And yeah, you can find me exclusively here every other Wednesday playing Tales of Agius. Tom.
Where they're gonna get kissed next episode. I'm just
Hey, yo.
Hey, Bishop needs lips. How are they supposed to kiss?
Hey.
It's like lips
Already I
to
have
teeth.
Hey, yo.
Oh.
The
Hey,
venom
we're by
tongue just comes
ourselves.
out
We're
and
gonna
says,
get pinned in an alley too.
God.
It's the venom tongue. It just goes.
Oh, hey. Tom, give us your
No,
socials,
thank
please.
you.
Hello, everyone. I'm that one Warlock. I make the saddest characters you've ever seen on the internet, and sometimes cheer and yell for a kiss that happened. You can find me across all social medias at that one Warlock, except for one, but you have to find that yourself. You can find me every Wednesday right here. First you can find me every Tuesday. No, it got switched around. Actually, you can find me in two places every Wednesday. You can find me on Game Raider Girls Twitch channel in Realm Walkers every Wednesday, and then immediately after that, you can find me right here playing in New Rollis. You might have heard of me. I play as everyone's favorite werewolf dilf. Or you can find me playing everyone's favorite dead man who was getting a clothing upgrade himself. But yeah, that's where you can find me. B, please tell these lovely people about you. Take the attention
Hi,
away from me.
everybody. I'm B. I am the DM of Tales of Agius. Every other Wednesday, though, you can find me playing Ajax in Neuralis. You can. That's that. Those are my only places right now, I think. Yes. New things coming soon, though. Stars in the Night is coming March 31st. We'll be making some announcements about that very, very soon in terms of casting and stuff like that. We've been finalizing the logo this week. It's very cool. I'm very excited to start advertising that show very, very soon. But yeah, and then there's another project coming up in May that's very exciting. So you will find me doing some more things soon. I'm very excited. You can find me across all the socials at BDCND. That's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, all of those things. Please also go check out Era 313, which is our podcast sci-fi show. All 8 episodes of episode one of season 1 are out. Y'all are loving it, and season 2 has been fully funded on the Kickstarter, so season 2 will be happening soon. I'm so excited, guys. Season 2 is gonna be crazy. I've been chatting to the writers, and maybe my character might be getting some cool stuff in season 2. Who knows? We'll see. But I'll never tell. No, seriously, I won't tell. They'll kill me if I do. If I go missing, it's because I told someone some secrets and they found out. Anyway, thank you very much. That's words. Those are words that I just spoke. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching and for hanging out. We love you all very much. Please take the time to hold someone you love very close to you this week, and just remind everyone that you love them. Just reach out to maybe somebody you haven't talked to in a while, or just family, or just whoever, and just remind them how much you love them, because that's important. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all here next session in 2 weeks' time. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
everyone.